I think we made her. I think we made her. We're here. We're live. Beards and Boogers number 2. If we could just get Brother Blaylock to get a little more lucky with his internet, he'll be in here. So he'll be tagging in and out until hopefully it gets working for him.
Are they having bad weather out there or something?
I don't know. He's just having buffering issues. He's gonna be jumping in and out. Oh, that's okay. Wendell, my goodness, Gary Spikes, thank you, buddy.
There's
Wendell's
Misty.
here. Gary Spikes, Misty, Gene,
Ron.
PJ's here. Levon. Yeah, man.
I see my buddy Kenneth's in there.
Mr. Noble. We're going to throw the link out here very shortly on the chat, and y'all come on in.
Please do.
As long as you want to. Whatever.
John.
It's just a goof off show. I mean, we don't talk about the D word still. We try to keep it as clean as possible. So, but anyway, it's just had a lot of interest. I got a lot of questions. When's the next Beard and Booger show? I was just going to kind of wait and do it every other week or so.
There's Roger.
There's a lot of hey Roger. There's a lot of interest in it. Evidently, this is what people like. So hey, we're here.
This is our after hours show.
Yeah.
minus the bad after hour stuff.
Yeah, but it's a good show from Mark and Becca tonight. That was awesome.
Yes.
I talked to Mark earlier and let him know we were going to jump in there right after his show was done. So
I always love
come in here too. Whoops, David's back.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to Mark yesterday morning. He called me.
Mark is one of the nicest guys.
Yes, he is.
He apologizes for everything.
David, if you can hear me, try your telephone maybe. I don't know. I don't know what else to do for him. He's trying. He's like say he's going to be in and out. So, second. I'll talk to him here. Anyway, I'll go ahead and get that link shared out here real quick.
That's all right. We got a good beard to fill in for him.
All right. Let's get that link out there, man. Why not?
Yeah, everybody jump in here.
Yeah.
Share some time with us. Tell us a funny story. Tell us how much snow you got. Tell us what you're doing.
Tired of talking about snow.
This isn't the serious part of the channel.
Talk about
the D word.
No. Wacky, I'm going to bounce you in a minute. That's all good. Yeah, man. You too, Roger. We'll let you come on and talk. I know you don't have much to talk about, so come on in. Come on in, anybody. Hi, Scott B. Come on in. Don't be afraid. I'm snowed in over 8 inches. 8. You should be up here whenever a nor'easter hits. We talk 2 and 3 feet of snow at a time. It's been a while since we had anything that bad, though. But Beardless Booger's trying. He's back. He is not having fun tonight. He is not having fun tonight. So we got fortunate. We only up here where Jeff and I are at, we got about 3.5, 4 inches at the most at the peak. And Phyllis got dolled up just for your show. Yay for you, John. But yeah, trust me, I lived in Pennsylvania. They really don't clear the back roads up there. Trust me.
Oh no. I got friends that still live up in Fawn Grove and they cuss about it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
If it's not a county road, well, I mean, if it's not a state road, it doesn't get hit with a plow.
Yeah, township in Pennsylvania has a lot of private roads, which when I had my place in River Hills, which is we all know is Jeff knows where River Hills is.
Yeah.
Right across the river where the supposed, what do you call them things you were talking about? The crawler was at. So thankfully it wasn't around.
Are we talking rakes?
Yeah.
The rake?
Yeah.
Oh,
rake.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, there's a reported one there just across the river from where I lived. But
on a road that I have traveled a lot.
Yeah. Well, my road was a private road there, and guess who plowed it?
Yeah.
None of the neighbors. I was the only one that had a tractor with a blade. So, but anyway, How's David? David, you're still moving. You're doing good.
Did I freaking get it?
Let me ask you this, David. I know you like to be on camera. How about if it continues to be a problem, try turning your camera off and just keeping your audio on. That way you don't keep getting booted off. If it
No
happens.
problem.
Just something to that way at least you're here.
Yeah.
How's David? How's the West Coast?
West Coast is wet today, but it's good, man. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm sure they would like to send some of that wet down to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a mess.
That is a mess. That is what incompetence by leaders shows you.
Well said.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I think it's been validated, unfortunately. The expense of people's loss of their homes. Inexcusable. That's all I'm going to say about it. That's cool, Roger. Yeah, you had told me that your family, I think they pull a modified 4x4 truck. I think you told me. But yeah, I appreciate that watching, man.
Who's pulling modified?
Modified truck. Roger's wife's family.
Oh.
They have a truck. Still have. Her brother and dad do that. Okay. So they still pull. See, they're not far from Chapel Hill. That pool's on my bucket list one of these days. I want to get down there to that.
You've never been there, Jerry? I thought you've been to that area.
I've been to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, but not Chapel Hill. Yeah. Murfreesboro actually is the end of this month. But I'm not going.
When was the last time you went out there?
2015, I think. Pretty sure it's 2015 was the last year I was out there for that.
How's everybody tonight?
Great.
Fantastic.
Great.
Fantastic.
Good.
How's the weather over there, David?
It was wet today, but it's supposed to be nice again for like the next week.
Yeah, the wind finally stopped here. It was good. God, it was
pretty crazy. Cold.
You take, the 20s and then you add the wind and you're like, whew.
Now, Jeff, is everything flat out in your area or
a lot of hills?
Oh, a lot of hills? Okay.
Oh, it's hilly. It's crazy hilly here.
It's real hilly.
Yep.
We live in the mountains, so like we were supposed to get, I think they predicted 4 to 8 snow, and we've gotten 3, 4 maybe inches.
Yeah.
All the other mountains knock it down before it gets here.
They say
here we don't get real flat until we start getting out like towards like the shore.
Yeah, you
That's
got
where most of your flat ground is.
Yep. Down on the eastern shore and stuff, it's flat.
That's where all the big crop fields are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Big enough that they've got air, they've got the aerators and the irrigation and all that, because they don't get it's real sandy down there.
Okay.
Yeah, it ain't that far away. I could drive 45 minutes or so, and you're in that's like a totally different world over there as soon as you cross the river.
And they actually got more snow than we did, I think.
Yes, they did. They got 11 inches down south of Easton, Maryland.
Wow.
I was talking to a guy that lives down there yesterday. I was talking to him. He said he was fussing and cussing because they don't get that kind of snow down there. It's usually flip-flop. We get it, and they get what we got normally. It is what it is.
We don't get it like we used to, Jerry. I mean, it's
no. I remember it. Like I say, nor'easters hit. Man, we get 2-3 feet at a time.
I like that last one we had back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what year it was, but that one was the last good one we had.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking 1996.
96, that was one hell of a blizzard.
Yeah, that was done 2.5 feet. We were snowed in You couldn't even tell there was a hill here, a driveway or anything.
I know. In Ohio, we had one in 2009. I think there was
Yeah.
a lot of it was like a surprise.
I think we had one around the same time that was like that.
Yeah, they weren't really predicting anything, and the next thing you know, we had like 21 inches of snow. It was ridiculous.
I remember it was sometime in the late 2000s because I remember having to dig my way to the calf hutches with a snow shovel. And then everybody was wanting to know why it was taking me so long to feed them. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get there? I got to take the tractor and dig out in front of them. Then I got to take the shovel and shovel in between them just so I can get to the door to put the feed in.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the calves weren't even able to come out into the wires. They were just like sticking their heads out the window.
Wow.
Scott, did you get the snow or the ice first? Which one did you get first?
Where does he live?
Yeah, it's 15 inches of snow and 2 inches of ice.
Whew.
Hopefully that ice was after,
Yeah, really.
because you can plow it off with the snow. Yeah.
Yeah, probably Wyatt. Yep.
We get that much snow here. We get nor'easters here. Jeff stays in the house. I'll let you guess why. So what'd you think of that intro video, Jeff?
I like it.
Daddy? Yep.
Yeah.
I loved it, but the OCD part of me is my beard was kind of messed up. I'm assuming that was me or you.
I feel like I need to go put more oil in mine.
But I loved it. It was a great intro.
Calf Daddy Tunnels. You're right. Uh-oh, we got trouble.
What?
We got trouble coming in. Here he is. Oh, you think it's Roger?
Roger.
Roger.
No, you're anybody else want to take a guess?
I
Going
think it's
once.
Roger.
Going twice. All right, we got two votes for Roger.
Is
Who do
it
you think
Greg?
it is? Jeff? Nope.
I said squat. Hands right front.
Wendell.
Wendell.
Ain't no Roger.
Robert Wendell.
Yeah,
Just as
but-
good. What's up, man?
Come on, Roger.
David don't have enough beard to be on this show.
Hey,
He's
I
trying.
told him that.
He's trying.
I was telling Jerry earlier, it's like the ZZ Top, you know, the drummer's name's Frank Beard and he doesn't even have a beard.
Yes.
The man with no beard, Frank Beard.
Yeah, we got a little over an inch up here at the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a child.
And
Did you get any ice?
yeah, sweet and ice, a little bit of snow.
Okay.
Everything's fixed, starting to freeze up again out there. It's below 32 already.
It's what?
Okay.
And
So I just thought I'd jump in and give
Good.
David a hard
I'm
time
glad you
Oh,
are.
thanks for that.
Thanks,
I appreciate it.
and try and see if I can wake up Jeff.
I'm awake.
We're all like, damn it, Wendell.
Yeah, you seen the hat that I'm having made?
Yeah,
That
I'm
is
gonna be
awesome.
buying
I
one of
love
them
it.
hats.
Yeah, Roger, he gave me the idea and I'm having it made.
You ran with that's awesome.
And you was talking about Mark apologizing for everything. Yeah, he probably apologizes for introducing me to everybody.
Oh no, Wendell.
No,
You're
we love
funny,
you,
Scott.
Wendell. You know that.
Hey, we got another visitor.
Yeah.
Oh,
We are in trouble now.
Hello,
Beards
Mr.
are
Nuts.
not 100% required, by the way.
Roger said he's going to make an appearance.
Heck
Come
yeah.
on, we got room. Come on in.
It's gonna look like the Brady Bunch. We get 3 more in here.
There you go.
We're all
Oh, we
doing
got
it.
room. Yeah.
We got to get John in here because he's got a beard.
You're gonna have to do that for me, David.
We had him last week. And
We gotta get John in here because he's got beard.
All right, I got feedback.
Somebody's repeating.
Got feedback.
Now, fellas, you ain't got beard. You're one of the boogers. Now, fellas, you ain't got beard. You're one of the boogers.
Uh-oh, someone's on a
I shaved mine this morning.
You're one of the boogers.
Hey, DA.
I know John asked me, "Are you a beard or a booger?" I'm like,
Okay.
Maybe it should be beards, boogers, and broads.
It's
No
fellas.
Ah, we found it.
It's fellas.
Oh,
That's Phyllis again. They must have the TV volume turned up.
Yep, we're good now.
"Dude, we're fixing to get it down.
We're good
Sorry, guys, we messed up."
That's okay.
All right. Here we
Oh,
go.
look, we found Santa.
Here we go.
Hey, John.
DA in here,
John.
Jeff. Get DA
Here we
in
go.
John, you have a lovely shade of beard.
Yeah, it's all trimmed up now.
I'm his beard model.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's cool, Sonny.
Wendell, yours is looking good now, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, Wendell, you look good with a beard, Wendell.
I
Thank
like
you.
the lighting that Wendell has gone. He definitely looks like
we need lighting, don't we?
we're good.
Think we're good.
We're good. We're good.
How's that?
Whoa, easy, Wendell. Whoa. Wrong light.
That's just my overhead light up here. That's all.
See, it's easy, David. You should try it.
I know. Yeah. What?
He's trying.
Tricorder.
He showed us the picture. A little hair there. It was okay.
There's something.
On the camera.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for puberty, you guys.
we're cracking you up. I don't know.
How's the weather down there, John?
It's like 40 and cold.
It's not going to freeze.
Rainy.
Yeah, it's not going to freeze. The rain has quit, and we can celebrate tomorrow. It's going to be sunny tomorrow.
But like 50.
Maybe, yeah.
We're gonna get in the 50s.
You'll pardon me if I say this.
Gladly
50.
trade you.
Boo-hoo.
Jeff, are you checking the score on the game, or are you
Yeah, I'm just
Place
seeing
some bets for tomorrow.
chat.
Oh, okay.
Bud and Angie are in there.
Nancy, you're in here, yeah.
Chat. I like to watch chat.
If I put it on my phone, I can't do the chat and do everything because I'm not that talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DA said they
What?
have
I like I like to watch chat.
DA's got 7 inches and 28 degrees at his house.
It's 28 here. It's 10 degrees warmer tonight than it was last night here.
Oh yeah, that wind. That
It was
wind
18 last night here. Yep. So 28
wind
feels
was
like a heat
bad.
wave.
I'm glad I was able to fix my tenant's furnace.
Ravens all the way. There you go, Sean. As long as they don't choke in the
Ooh,
playoffs.
sounds like
all right.
neither beard or booger.
You know, I make it easy. I don't watch sports
Oh, okay.
I don't either.
unless I
I
can
don't
put it on
bet.
the wall. I'm not interested in it.
Yeah.
I
grew up
love football.
I grew up playing hockey, played some minor league hockey and soccer, and I could care less about sports now.
I never had
All my
kids for
friends that
sports.
grew up doing high school sports, they don't even care anymore. They
That's too
they don't
cold.
even watch football.
Pull it in a little closer.
I never did sports any. Well, except for maybe a little bit of fishing.
I was big time into baseball in the 70s, but
I picture Wendell as a Bill Dance blue.
a money game. yeah, there you go, DA.
Yeah, right.
That's right, DA. That's nice. Yeah. Yo, Joe.
Wendell was probably Bill Dance's cameraman.
Oh,
Wendell,
Lord.
what sports did you play, Wendell?
Fishing?
You played fishing?
Yeah.
Hi, DA.
In school, nobody picked me for none of the teams, and I didn't care anyway, so it didn't matter.
Attaboy.
I wanted to play football, but my parents said I was too small in high school, so I played soccer, and I kind of made it a pretty good career. I played high school, college, and semi-pro. I was a freshman at Southern Miss and walked on the team. And back then, it was a club sport, and it was all the foreigners that we had there. So I was right up there with the Saudis and the Iranians. I was a pretty damn good soccer player.
All right, John.
I got a lot of trophies to prove it.
I take that back. I did play a little bit of soccer in school.
Did you? All right.
Not soccer, but kickball.
Oh, okay.
Close
Yeah, I
enough.
did that first
Or
thing.
kickball. Why don't people play that no more?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
They can't. Somebody might get hurt.
Jeff, you get it from all angles, don't you?
I was
Did
good
you
at
see what
kicking things.
DA just said?
That's what I'm laughing at. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was good at kicking
Oh, yeah.
things.
I bowled for about 8 years.
Do what?
I bowled.
I like
Oh,
bowling.
bowling.
To bowl. I used to be on a
Hey,
bowling league.
She's really good.
Yeah.
We had a Christmas party and we went bowling and she kicked my butt.
I was
All
almost
right.
semi-pro, but
Oh well, I'm not
Too much
that
travel.
good.
too much traveling. Yeah.
What was your average? What was your average?
I went in a book one year at 214, I think, or 314, I believe.
Shit. I'm not talking to you no more.
Damn, 314 is impressive.
Yeah, that's
I
on
was
yeah,
165, and for a woman, that's good, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can top that.
You were, you were higher than that.
No, wait. I was a professional judge for the bikini contest on Cocoa Beach.
That's better.
Professional. I was a paid judge. So
Wow.
come on.
God, he
You
can
ain't
top.
topping that one.
God, you can
Yeah.
top my bowling average.
They hired Santa Claus to do the bikini contest.
Oh no.
They
Yeah.
had no hairs back then.
There's
Hi,
Cindy.
Cynthia.
There's Cindy.
30 years ago.
Give me a heart attack. I
30
can't hear
years
nothing.
ago.
Everybody's
30
talking.
30
She's
years
stuck in
ago.
on me.
I could Kim, say
30,
hi to
30
everybody.
years ago.
What?
Oh, Lord.
Aw.
Oh,
Hi, everybody.
oh.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Killing me, Smalls. That's funny. She's
I
scared.
don't know.
This,
I know
I
she-
like
you know
this
she
show.
walked in.
I like this show.
Yeah.
This show is fun.
Is it?
I had a lot
Yeah.
of people. I had a lot of
Are
people.
we talking
ask me,
about burgers
yeah,
or beers
Yeah,
or both?
Well, has anybody seen or heard anything lately?
We're going to Flat Rocks next Friday.
Yeah, I
So,
seen that in chat a while ago.
yeah, the update, you know, I guess last time we were on Old Line Cryptids, we had talked about being there and what we saw and everything. Now we're going
Right.
to go back and scratch your heads and like, okay, let's measure the distance from here to there, how tall he
Yeah.
was. And I asked Flat Rock the other day, I said, you know, since we've been gone, have you looked out your back window and has he been in that spot, the same spot? And he said, no, he said he hasn't seen it there yet. But he has had a lot of audio and some, you know, banging on the side of his house. And of course, in chat tonight, he did mention it happened even up to yesterday.
There's
So,
a few people that went camping down at Hollins last week, and they had some knocks and howls and stuff.
I imagine them little boogers are getting a little rambunctious out there, being it's all cold
It's
and all.
that time of year, right?
It's just cold.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we're going Friday to Flat Rocks and then going over to Opelika. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And then going to the town hall and seeing Dale and Jessica
Everybody.
Jones and Flat Rock and
Yeah.
Stacy, all
Awesome.
kind of people. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
It's just, you know, 2 years ago, and we, how long have we been together? A year and a half now?
Yeah.
It's just that we didn't know anybody. In fact, we watched 2 or 3 podcasts here and there, and now to go up and meet these people, it's just like one big giant family.
Oh,
It's just
absolutely.
overwhelming that the people are
Yeah.
just so awesome. Wow, and to be amongst these people and be friends with everybody, it's just wow. I can't believe it. So yeah, our Christmas card list got really big this year. You know,
Well,
her
that's what I
birthday.
think. I've not been in this, but since 2023,
Yeah.
when I first got started in it with the podcast with Bobby Dizzle,
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that's right.
and
Yeah, I
now
always miss his. What is he, Sunday night?
He was last night, and he only had like 4 people, and
Aw.
I really am trying to support him. I'm his only moderator, I think, and
He gets a lot of views after he posted
after
because he hadn't really
posts, but
He doesn't
you
do
don't
well.
get the right
He
chats.
doesn't do too well on lives, but he does better afterwards.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
And
I try to get there too, Phyllis. I just didn't catch him last night. I like
I know.
Bobby.
He's
a
a
good guy.
great
I
kid.
do too.
Yes,
I always,
he is.
I always
He's a
miss
great
his for
guy.
some reason.
Yeah.
There's so many things going on. I'm trying to like look at stuff, and it's just
Oh my God. There's some people, I won't call names. I'm not going to say names because I'm a nice person. But there's some people that do something every 5 minutes, every hour. And I'm like, my YouTube's blowing up on my phone. I'm going, what?
Yeah.
Again? I really like the people that, like you guys, Tuesday night, Cryptids, Friday night, Mark and Becca, Sunday, Woodwalkers. I need to know what's going on, not all this pop-up stuff, because
Right.
it's crazy.
yeah, we have a life actually. We do
We
things.
do things.
Well, I mean, if you sit there and wait for, if your notifications are going off for every show, you're never leaving home.
Yeah, you don't have a life.
No, you have no
Yeah.
life.
You have no life.
I
And
wish I could
we
get out.
have
and
our
swim
favorite
into
shows.
it now.
That's
Well,
it.
yeah.
I have 100 podcasts on that I'm subscribed to.
I subscribe to podcasts, and then I watch a bunch of them, and I'm like, we'll keep these. What?
You know what was good?
Are you ready? Are
What?
you
Are
ready?
you ready?
Oh,
Roger.
somebody's coming in.
Are you ready?
It's
You
gotta
ready
be,
to tell you
Roger.
something?
Everybody guesses
there
Roger,
something
Roger,
you
Roger.
it's got to be the Marathon Man.
Oh, Roger. Hey,
Yep, Roger.
There he is.
Roger. Roger.
There he's pointing. That's like,
We don't see anything.
Are you in a cave? What is that?
No,
It's okay.
that's his new studio.
His studio. Oh,
we've been working on stuff.
stu-
Let me
we
see
don't
here.
have studio, baby.
Listen.
I've got some signs coming, neon signs up on the wall behind me. I was thinking about painting matte black,
Yeah.
and these are 2 3x5 rugs that go on the floor like in a store or something, and so it works pretty good. But Heather,
Whatever happened to your Squatch and Holler background?
I've got the flag here. I can put it up. What I'm gonna do is just change it every now and then. I've got several signs and stuff. So David's got one of them.
I love my flag, man. It's awesome.
I heard Wendell. What was funny though, y'all, I was listening to y'all and Heather's watching TV and she kept hearing my name. What are they talking about? I said, I don't know. I have no idea.
Every time somebody was coming into chat or coming into the show, we thought it was
We
you.
figured it was Roger.
Y'all, I appreciate you having me on. I'm gonna
Freaks and Greeks.
I'll be quiet tonight.
Geeks, I mean.
Wendell
Freaks and
here
geeks.
take my spot.
Yeah, right.
This is weird. It's all timing. Everything is timing in life.
Yeah.
And I think the second Bobby Dizzle show I ever watched, Wendell was on there. And they brought on Bob brought on a lady and her son, and it was hilarious.
It was.
It was crazy. And that's where the night he was telling about the ghost in his house, and he was talking about he smelled the roast. That's where I come up with ghost roast, and I hit him with that every now and then. Make you hungry. He said he was mad.
Run, Roger.
What?
Run, Roger.
Yeah. Oh, I owe you for that one. That was funny.
Hey, Roger, whatever happened with your bourbon show you were doing?
Hey, break it up.
I could lie. I could lie and make up a big lie, but I can't remember how to get back to it. I don't remember what it was under. I know it was Bigfoot. It was Bigfoot and bourbon or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I really liked it when you first did it. And I'm like, what happened?
well, I think what I'll do is
Drink it all.
I think I'll probably do some of that on here. Just like y'all, just change it up. I talked to a friend today I hadn't talked to in a long time, and we have a friend in common. He has that big show Bourbon Blind. I think I told y'all about, and I texted Kyle that has that show today because I hadn't talked to him in a while. He sends me stuff all the time, stuff like Chad might send me if he, you know what I mean. He's like, hey, check this out. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. In words we can't
Yes,
mention.
words we can't repeat.
But we haven't talked about bourbon in a while, and there's just a lot of interest out there, and y'all know it's hard. Like Wendell asked, anybody seen or heard anything lately? Stuff doesn't happen all the time, and if somebody tells you it does, if they have something that happened to them, like who's coming in? Somebody else.
I'll let you guess who this pair.
I have a feeling I know who it is.
I have no idea.
Your only hints is two people.
Uh-oh.
It's either Greg or DA. No.
Either one? Oh.
Oh, that'd be cool.
No guesses, huh?
Spencer.
Greg. No, it's not Spencer.
He's laying
I have
in
to
it.
take up for Spencer.
Spencer's still stuck on the side of the road somewhere.
Yeah.
He said 2 more people and we'll be the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. I'm going to guess Andy.
Mark and Becca.
Mark and Becca. Hey.
I'm apologizing in
Good to
advance.
see you
Mark.
guys.
They made me hungry. I had to go cook something earlier.
No,
Hey, Mark, that must be good luck. You talk to me and then you go see something walking around the woods.
Do what now?
You called me yesterday morning before you went hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked a little while, and I went yesterday evening. Something might have went on. But
I'll be interested to see what that looks like on video.
yeah, we'll see. Now, I didn't catch what I seen move. That's when I pulled the phone out of my pocket, went to video, and after I seen it move, so hopefully maybe it was still in there, whatever it may have been.
So you look like you're frozen over there.
Tomorrow morning will be a good morning to check for tracks, y'all.
Yeah.
Most places. So I think we may try to.
Not here, it's frozen.
You find the cheeks where they hit the ground.
A lot of eggs is melted.
But I think it'll be good here if we can get to where we need to be. I don't
There's
know.
too many tracks in the field from somebody pulling his kid around on the side by side.
That would be my luck. I'd have to put stuff up and run home and come back, and that'd be 4-wheeler tracks right through the stay here, don't move.
Yeah.
Cool.
I remember back when we were younger and it used to snow, we'd ride 4-wheelers from here clear to the county line and back.
Oh yeah.
Dragging people behind you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey Mark, so any of y'all, do y'all think that that spray foam that you put in the walls and stuff to fill up gaps, you think that could be used to for a track? Think you could fill a track up with foam?
You know what, Roger? That's a really good idea because that stuff goes wherever you put it. It would make a great mold.
It's
But I don't think when you go to shape it up and you get all the other particles out of it, I don't think it would shave off very good. I think it would.
I also think the air pockets, because you always get little balls of air in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's porous. It's a porous material. I wouldn't.
Hey,
think
there's only one way to find out is go out and take it out and try it. Make
Yeah,
make an impression in the ground and go out and try it and see what happens.
Or create a product, a spray product that works like casting material.
There you go.
What if you sprayed? What if you sprayed it with rhino liner first and then put it in there?
Rhino liner. It would last forever.
Add some Gorilla Glue and you're good to go.
Hillary.
What did you already say?
She used to hold pesticide to seal her husband's mouth.
What about that liquid rubber spray?
You're kidding me.
Seal?
Yeah.
Well,
Wendell, you're talking about
So far, all I've heard is Ultra Cal's the spot. So let's just do Ultra Cal.
Somebody tried a rubberized product. I can't remember who it was, but I remember somebody cast a track with a.
But remember, once you get it cast and it dries, you got to try to shave off all the leaves and debris and stuff to make it. You can actually see what you got. So I don't know. I don't. You want something that can actually you can mold and
for casting material.
They make all kind of things today, nowadays. But hey, go out there and make you a track with your boot or something, and spray a little bit and see what it looks like.
See what it looks like. Yeah.
Yep.
I know Mary Fabian had she really suggests that dental stone
What?
for doing
Dental
for doing
stone.
casts.
Yeah. Plaster of Paris, I guess, is the most common.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah, I would think that would be, yeah.
yeah.
When I head out to Western Maryland this spring, I might slip something into my pack I might just run to Walmart if I find one. Might be easier than having to pack all that stuff in there with me while we're turkey hunting. But
I got a question. On when you making the cast, if you had some little metal rods and stick into it, would that make it stouter?
I think so.
Just
I would
like
think
pouring
so.
concrete, sure.
The
Yeah.
rebar type stuff.
mini rebar.
Yeah,
Mini
that
rebar.
work.
Mark,
What
didn't,
about like fiberglass?
Noble and
Yeah,
Reed.
Noble and those guys did that.
they used like the chicken wire.
Yeah.
They cut
Yeah.
it and put it in there. Yeah.
What about like fiberglass?
Oh,
Well,
it takes a long time to set up fiberglass wood.
Scott B wants to come
Does it?
in, post the link
It'd be
again.
very, very
I did.
expensive. There it is. So, of all the things that I've worked with, not for casting, but everything I've worked with, like plaster Paris and UltraCal stuff like that, the UltraCal seems to be the best. It's a gypsum product, and you can actually move it in, and it sets faster than anything. So they say bring that in a little zippy lock bag, bring your water bottle, and mix it together, and boom, bang, bing, and you got your cast.
Yeah. Gypsum sets up real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows. This guy knows stuff.
well, and the thing is, I never found a track for
Yeah, there you go. You got to have a track first.
right.
That would help.
The
sorry,
first
I
track
cleaned
I
my
ever
cigar
found-
ashtray out.
The only track I ever cast was a mountain lion track in my driveway.
Oh,
I found those right in front of the barn. We had one here that was prowling around.
Well,
I'll tell you,
yeah,
That's
a
a good
couple of
idea.
days if they wanted to look for tracks after all this mess is gone
yeah.
and the ground is so mushy everywhere from all this freezing weather and snow.
Yeah.
That'd be the time to go look in a couple of
You could-
days.
It's possible to see them from further distance too. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Scott.
Hi,
Hey,
Scott, how are you?
How's it going?
Busy now. Real quick,
Now we
Pat,
got the break.
whoever Pat is that came in, you need to connect your devices. I can't bring you on. You got you backstage, but it's not allowing me to put you in.
who's that?
Who?
Pat.
Oh, Pat. Oh,
Pat. Oh, we're the Brady Bunch right now.
We are.
We can leave so we can leave.
we can drop
Never
off.
had this many people on here.
Yeah.
We can leave so
This is
Pat
the
can come in.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why you get
Well,
nine
you
in
stay
here.
put. I will go backstage and let the new ones come in. That's no problem.
Aw,
I can still run the shots.
you're
Okay.
so kind.
You're
Well,
allowed
I'll just get out of here and let y'all have it.
You're allowed to have 10.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know
10?
that. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're at 9 now. I can have one more. Pat, it's still not going to work. You got to.
Sorry, everybody. I'm trying not to blow up.
Says
the screen,
devices
but
are not
my
connected.
Zippo's a little bright.
They've already called
I'm just
school
here, baby.
in Georgia.
Well, for
I
the
tell
Brady
you what, I'll
bunch,
just get out. Maybe that'll make it work easier for her.
if we're the Brady bunch, then Jeff, Mr. Black, and me are the 3 girls.
Oh, wait.
I'm
I'm the
Marsha.
only girl. Oh, no.
Who left?
Oh, window dropped out. Okay.
A
Mendel said he
window
was gonna
dropped
make some
out.
room.
Window
Oh.
dropped out so Pat could come in.
River Moore
that's
says
nice.
celebrity boogers.
Celebrity boogers. Yep.
River. Hilarious.
Whatever.
We
Yeah, I was
talked
thinking
to
of Hollywood
River.
Squares back out.
Yeah.
We talked to River some nights. We've set up this own little group we have on Messenger, and
It's turned into quite a
we
large
talk to
group.
him to all hours of the morning.
Hey, so
There we
check
go.
this out. I'm in a deep sleep, and when that happens, I go, "What is that?" I'm looking around, and the
Hey,
phone is
what's
upside
going
down and
on?
on low.
Ah, he says
Look at
here.
that, Pat Noble.
Yeah.
Patrick
Pat,
Noble's
Hey,
on.
brother.
Look, he's
There
even
he
got
is.
his,
You got
he's
heart
even got his bib overalls on.
first.
Yeah, brother.
I just
Pat,
noticed
Do
something.
you have heartburn from your peppers?
No,
No,
they were great.
they were good peppers.
Yes, they were.
Chad, he's wearing your overalls. I need to get me some.
I'll buy you some,
Love the
baby.
overall.
I'm your sugar mama.
Hey, I figured out the difference between white eggs and brown eggs. About 40 pounds. Jeffrey.
I have no idea what y'all got there.
Oh, that's a good nickname.
Phyllis,
Yes.
Noblemeister.
love you, girl.
Love you. I love all of you guys. I do. I honestly do. I call you my guy. I call you my guys. I tell John works when he's at work, and we get on that chat thing on Messenger. I'm going. He goes, "What are you doing?" I'm talking to my guys. What else am I supposed to do?
She's
He's at
learned
work.
more booger stories and learned more about boogers from you guys than she'll ever will from me.
well,
Hey, Phyllis sent me some arrowheads, David.
Wow,
I
nice.
Yeah.
I found them when I was a little girl. What'd you think of the blue one? What'd you think of that blue one, Pat? What is that?
Looks like a piece of glass, old glass.
So Indians
Yeah.
made arrows. There wasn't glass back then, was there?
There was
Well, when they got done
obsidian.
drinking beer.
It's probably the most priceless piece of sapphire
I
ever.
probably sent you $100 million piece of arrowhead.
Yeah.
Send it back, Pat.
Yeah, I'll get that right out.
blue sapphire. he,
Look at it.
well, he
Sitting
went
on
out
a
on he
gold
went out on a big ship and threw it in the ocean.
Yeah.
I've seen that story before.
No, but I picked those up when I was a little girl with my grandpa, and I found that blue one. It looked like glass.
Wow.
Yeah, it does.
It does, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
might not be a real arrowhead because it don't really have the bottom part, where the leather wrapped around it. But
I think it's sapphire.
We're going to treat it as it is.
Patrick, send it back.
I've been thinking about
I gotta
starting to
go
look
buy
for
a
that
pawn
kind of
shop
stuff
first.
around here.
I'm teasing, honey. I'm teasing. I'm not an Indian giver.
Oh boy.
Hey, Mark, do you
Hey,
ever find
I
anything
need
on
to
that
get-
fields around your place?
What have you
say?
created, Jeffrey?
Yeah, Roger, you look good on that snowboard.
Yeah. You're right.
The worst thing in the world I found out was I used to draw, but I'm not really good. The AI is so funny because you can make anything you want to. Just
Oh, I know. It's cool.
Where are you making that at, Roger?
there's two places. One of them is actually in Messenger. It has
Meta?
it has a Meta. It has an AI option.
Yeah.
And then of course they change it all the time. So you can if you take a picture of yourself and it loads it in really fast, then you can say, draw me on a snowboard shooting coyotes. That's exactly what
I got you. Okay.
And then once it came up with that, I mean, it was the first one. And then there's a animate option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used for the intro for this, the Bigfoot pictures and stuff and the eggs. I use Canva. Canva.com. Canva.
Oh, Canva.
Canva. Yeah.
Those eggs were hilarious. I was dying, guys.
Hey, Pat and I are both egg shaped, so we can be related.
Hey, I found some pictures of my old
The eggs were good.
Yeah, that's a generator. All you do is type in like Bigfoot, and it created a bunch of different. I did it like 2 or 3 times. Each time you type, you can ask it to do it again. Reload or whatever, refresh. Right. There you go. And all those pictures that's in there come from that. That's pretty cool.
That was really cool. That was really cool. John didn't see it. He was trying to do stuff and set up the tripod and do everything. Yeah. And I was like, did you see the eggs?
What I did for that is I typed in eggs with beard.
I missed it.
He missed the intro.
Oh, okay. I typed in eggs with beard and that come up.
that was really good. I haven't tried to do anything with that AI stuff yet. Yeah. It kind of scares me.
Yeah, I tried, but she ran off.
Well, I had no plans to, but it introduced itself to me. I'm like, "Whoa, I better do it."
Roger, yeah. you post some cool crap with that. You really have.
The fact that it introduced itself to you should scare the shit out of you.
Phyllis, as long as you don't type in naked, you'll be okay on that.
Yeah.
Hey, wait! It might embellish. Who knows?
Skinny dipping.
There we go.
Oh Lord.
There
for a while. AI world, William, it does.
Well, there for a while, Meta wouldn't do guns. I was kind of shocked that it did actually.
I was kind of surprised too.
I'm sure there's keywords that's entered in that automated system that will not get done. So something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Zuckerberg's changing his tune a little bit too.
Don't use the D word.
Roger Ramjet's got nothing on Squatch and Holler.
Man.
Roger, this is actually one of Spencer's favorites I got here.
What is that?
A Man o' War Ruination.
Oh wow.
Did y'all see Spencer's truck in the ditch?
Oh, it's a cigar.
I haven't seen it. They were texting about it.
Yeah, I texted him earlier after Mark told us that, and I said, "You all right?" He's like, "I'm good."
It happens. It happens.
I think he's tired of the snow and ice. I think.
I'm ready to go to Florida.
I told him I keep a tow rope for people
He probably
in the back of my truck.
He probably had an emergency ration of rum and Coke and cigars in the truck, so he's probably fine.
Well, I said he was going to be okay because he's the fire starter, so he was going to be warm all the time.
There you go. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm ready to load the RV up and go to Florida for the winter.
I think Greg sent him a list of winches for sale. You're like, hey, these are not that expensive. Hey, you can get some diesel fuel and just melt the ice.
I got a winch on the front of the mule, and I didn't even realize we had it until after we bought the damn thing.
I'll be right back.
Hey Jerry, was that you? Was that you doing the flags on some of those videos?
Yeah.
I thought
Which
it
ones
was.
you watch?
I think it's the most recent one, where y'all were live and showing different classes, and I think I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we watched a couple last night. We were pointing Jerry. There's Jerry. There's Jerry.
If it was any of the Gordyville videos, no, that's from out in Illinois. I was
I
filming.
think we
that.
watched that one.
Did any of you guys
That's
watch
not me on the
the?
track.
Any of you guys see the miniature racers, the miniature pulling ones?
We don't race, we pull.
Well, the mini puller. what are those things called? Micros?
Micro mini.
Micro mini.
Hey Roger, I found a picture.
Are
of
they
my
like
old
garden
Buick.
tractors or like
There you
lawnmower type tractors?
Oh yeah.
Old GSX.
It's like an electric.
Yeah.
Jerry, isn't it like a miniature electric?
I like those.
Yes,
what
Patrick.
exactly is the micro mini, Jerry?
What did that have in it? 455 or something?
455.
What did it have in it? 455.
455.
Yeah.
455 high output. Yeah. Jet Grand Sport Experimental. They were
I had
nothing to
it,
laugh at.
and I had a Buick Grand National and a
Yeah.
64 Riviera. All three cars.
Oh, what did the Riviera have in it? 455 or a
No,
426?
426.
Okay.
That was my
Wow.
favorite. That was my favorite car, the Riviera. My sled.
I think my uncle, great uncle, had a Buick Wildcat with a like 465 in it or something. Like
Yeah.
huge motor.
Yeah.
Wow.
The first one of those, well, I've only seen one actually, and one of our neighbors had it, and it was his dad's, and he would get it out every now and then. And me, I was like 15 or 16. He pulled up at the store, and I believe it was. I don't think it was gold. I think it was a copper gold or something. And I fell in love with that car as soon as I saw it. The Buick Wildcat.
I missed you.
Does anybody in here own a Jeep Gladiator?
No.
Mainly
No.
me, Lois is in here.
Everything I have is old and rusty.
Man, you can get a brand new Rubicon Gladiator for about $40,000 now.
Is that the?
I don't even want to think about what it cost me if I needed to buy a new truck for the trailer right now.
Oh, Lord.
Way up there.
They're going to come down. The truck
They're
market's
cutting them.
fixing
They're
to fall
cutting
out.
50%.
Yeah, Mark's right.
You're right.
Mark, I'd rather buy one of the older gas models than have to go buy a diesel.
Oh yeah. Oh, tell me about it. I learned real quick to get rid of the diesel.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Mark, where do you work?
Huh?
Where do you work at? Who do you work for?
Well, I work for Honda.
Are they? I talked to my buddy today. He works at the Decker plant in Nissan, the engine plant. He's been there for a long time. Are they teaming up? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
they merging together.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I think I read where Honda and Nissan are merging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they kicked out the main guy at Stellantis. Thank goodness. So maybe
It's in the dark.
maybe Dodge will make a comeback.
Yeah.
But you walk into a showroom, and I know it was a TRX. I understand it. That's for people who write checks for vehicles. But I walked in, I was getting all my oil changed in my car, and I walked over and I thought, man, that's a bad looking dude. And it was like $130,000. I was scared to breathe on it. I'm not getting over that. That's crazy.
The truck market's gonna fall.
Yeah.
They got too many out.
There's too many of them sitting.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can't charge. I've looked at some of the Rocky Ridge and the Black Widows
Oh my gosh.
and dreamed, and then you go look at it, it's $105,000 or
I don't
something
understand
stuff like that.
Well, you can't even go look at a diesel that's like, from like 2015, and they still want like, 30 grand for a truck that's.
Yeah. 300,000 miles on it.
I've seen them more than that.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even the old, even some of the 90 models and early 2000s are still going for $10,000 to $15,000.
Yeah, crazy.
I know the old Power Strokes, the early 2007 threes. I've seen guys spending 20 grand easy just on one of them.
Yeah,
right.
And what's wild is we go walking at Heather's parents' land, and there's y'all might have seen it sometime, but there's basically like a junkyard back there for trucks, their truck parts. They'll buy a diesel truck somewhere and they'll use a part off of it. And I don't think they were worth very much at one time, but my son saw them and he's like, you know how much money sitting back here? And there's no telling, they probably didn't give much for them, 90s,
Right.
90s models, late 90s diesel trucks. But
And I love driving the old stuff. I'd much rather go buy one of them and drive.
Yeah,
My
my
I
goal
got
is
that
about,
96, and I'd rather drive it than I would any of them.
I'd like to have about an 85 short box Chevy, 350 in it.
Gosh, they're ridiculous now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're talking 25, 30,000 for them.
Yep.
Oh,
Every
But
bit
I'll
of
tell you, I'd rather pay 20, 30,000 for them than I would these new ones.
I would easier to work on.
But
Right.
and you know what you're getting too, because
Yeah.
some of these it's just like guns nowadays. Some of the brands that were excellent when I was
They ain't
starting
worth
hunting and all
nothing
that,
now.
they're crap. Now that somebody else bought them and they're
It's like Remington. You couldn't pay me to buy another Remington.
that's what we've got. All of ours are 90s, the 90s Remingtons, and Peyton found a 30-06 a couple years ago. Well, when they started going up, he was in the store.
Was it when they started having the trigger issues? With
Yeah. See, I've got Remingtons that just off the shelf. You can take it apart and adjust the trigger on it. It avoids the warranty, but they've never fired with just looking at them. But I don't know what year that started, but these are way before that. But just like y'all were talking about the trucks, the prices of them are crazy now. If you find like a 94, 95-ish Remington 30-06,
Yeah.
if somebody knows what they got, you have to pay for it.
You know what else is marked up right now? Lever actions.
yeah. Ruger bought Marlin. They got a plant not far from me.
Oh, okay.
They're building.
I walked into the shop
The lever
tonight
action.
and they had a Rossi 4570 sitting up there, and they wanted like $1,200 for that thing, and I'm like, it's not a Marlin.
You know what the bad part is? Somebody will buy it. That's why they're like that.
That's why the prices keep getting jacked up because people buy that stuff and
Right.
There was just a 44 mag Marlin lever action sitting there, 1,100.
I've got a 1975 JM Marlin lever action, 44 Magnum.
I had one in 35 Remington.
And I saw a price on one of them. My dad left it to me, so it'll go to Peyton. But I couldn't believe what they were wanting for that gun. That's similar to that. But man, it's so weird. Greg and I talked about this. We could buy the old SKSs for $75 out the door.
I remember that.
And the ammo was cheap, and you could shoot. The triggers were crap, but you could get that muscle memory going, and you could, practice. Now it's just y'all know. I don't have to.
Jerry, I used to be able to buy when they did all the surplus stuff. I'd go out and get them. You'll know what I'm talking about, Roger. The old Mosin Nagants.
Oh,
you could buy them things and a 440 round tin of ammo for like $200 or less.
Shoot it all, throw the gun away, go get another
You
one.
can buy a whole crate of rifles for less than $500.
Yeah,
and then go sell them to somebody for.
I know. If you didn't have anything to hunt with, because a lot of people, growing up in the 70s, it was pretty tough. I know people that would buy something for deer season, and then they would have to sell it after deer season to make it with something else, and then their plan, they would buy another rifle, and you could go get a Winchester, a Marlin 30-30 for $150, $200, a nice one, and if you hunt the woods, that's all you need.
Oh yeah, that's probably more deer have been harvested with a 30-30 than probably any other gun out there. Really.
Yeah. I agree on that.
And I'm gonna
Or
tell you,
maybe a 22.
y'all know the Thompson contenders, the single shot.
Yeah.
Single line? My dad had one of those. He had two of those, and he had different barrels. He reloaded a lot, and we experimented. He took 30-30, and he reloaded with some like Sierra boat tail, the elongated bullet, not the short nose where they go in the tube where they won't fire. They actually put some like 308, I reckon, bullets in that 30-30. You talking about an accurate son of a gun? It was fun to shoot. But.
Jerry, did you ever rifle hunt, or was it just with shotguns?
Shotgun.
Yeah, we're one of those unfortunate states where we were limited to that for a long time.
Yep.
Shit, I killed a few deer with a 410 slugs.
Yeah, you don't hardly see nobody hunting with a 410 anymore.
No. They're fun to hunt with.
Have you seen the ammo?
The ammo's outside 410s.
Peyton's girlfriend's granddaddy for Christmas gave her a double barrel 410.
Oh wow!
And he looked at Peyton.
Cool.
He winked at Peyton. He said, "Take care of it." So, I guess he knows he'll use it, but it was. I don't know what year it is. I haven't had a chance to look at it good, but
that's another thing you used to see a lot of was double barrels. You don't hardly see them now.
No.
I had to show him how to use the triggers. I don't think he's ever picked one up. Is it co-op? Co-op here has plenty of 410 shells, but dadgum, they're like $25 a box.
Yeah, it's crazy what that stuff costs now.
And you can't hardly find them in 3-inch anymore. It's always the 2.5s. You can't hardly find the 3-inch.
Yep. I had what I always called a snake gun, and somebody saw it. Somebody saw it one time and said, "You might ought to get rid of that." It was a 410 about that long. I had modified it and didn't.
Illegal snake gun,
like a Ruby Ridge type situation going on.
Lord.
Well, about 2 years ago, I bought a Mossberg 410 just for turkey hunting.
People are doing that now.
That's a bad little old shotgun right there.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to offend nobody here.
The D word and the G word is not good on YouTube.
Which one?
We can go to pew.
I don't. I'm talking about my friends. I'm not talking about anybody here, so I don't want to offend anybody. But what I found out with my friends, the worst.
Oh, we don't have any volume.
The worse shots they were, the bigger guns they bought.
Take it off from Bluetooth.
3.5 inch, 12 gauge, and they would get 300 mags and 700.
We can hear y'all, Phyllis and Johnny.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can't see you no more, but we can hear you.
So who's got the latest booger report?
You got what?
Who's got the latest booger report? Anything? Tracks? Anything?
With all this snow, somebody should come up with something.
Yeah. Good. We're going to try to go tomorrow.
They had our old trackway we found on Facebook. Debbie put it on there today.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Y'all,
4 years.
Pat, you going to tell them? So I've heard Wendell say he's new to this or whatever. I'm new too. And I had no idea Patrick and them had found those tracks.
Wow.
Was it 4 years ago, Patrick?
Yes. Yeah.
So I had no idea.
I remember sitting here watching the live.
When I got down there to LBL, I got there early, and there was only Mark and Shelly there, and me, and maybe one other camper at the far end, and it was pouring the rain so hard, man. I just backed up in a hole because it was late, and shut my truck off and stuck my handgun between my legs and just laid on back because I couldn't see a foot, man.
So many jokes.
Oh,
and, anyway, sorry, Jerry.
You didn't apologize
Anyway,
the
I
rest
got
of
up
us.
the next morning and the water level was real low on the lake. So I like collecting
Always,
arrowheads.
always.
So I went on it, asked Shelby if she wanted to go over while I looked for some arrowheads that had washed out of the riverbank. And she wanted to pick up some rocks. So we went over there and come up on the first set of tracks, which were smaller. And I told her, I said, what in the world has somebody got out here barefooted in 1st of November? You know, that's crazy. And then we eased on down the bank. We were taking pictures, and then we found the big track, the bigger print. And then there was piles of mussel shells stacked up along the river. And we just walked around there and went back. And I said, hey, man, we found some tracks over there. It's like, nah, ain't nothing over there. Well, whoopee woo. Here we go, man. It's on now. You know, got 50 people over there. But yeah, everybody got to be part of it. It was good. You know, her and I happened to walk up on them. So there were some trees bowed over up on the hill behind where the tracks were.
But that's good information.
Yeah.
The skills, you know. But what was funny to me, because I didn't know anything about it, I accidentally went to the same place. I had no idea. I went to the same place. It was Thanksgiving week, 3 years later, probably. The water was down, just like he was saying, and I turned around, was headed out, and I looked over. What are those tracks out there? They're 80 yards away, and so I went and I was not gonna lie, I was scared because they're fresh. And Patrick, I was going to ask you, you got the big one but that mid-size one or the second biggest one, did they think that was female?
I do.
Because
personally, that's just personally my.
Well, there were big tracks. There were big tracks, and there was tracks just like what y'all found where I was at. I came back and put it on, my show, and I started getting messages. I don't know if Patrick was one of them, but Debbie.
Hello, Jeff.
A lot of people that was there is like, hey, you're not supposed to tell where that was at because that's where Patrick and them found those. And I said, I didn't know it was a secret. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's old news, man. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff happen down in that area.
But they were almost identical. And there was the second biggest one looked exactly like those you had. And then there was the small tracks. There was like 30-something tracks probably, and they were walking around the edge of the water. They walked through it. Yeah. And I said the same thing. I was like, what in the world? And you can hear it. I said, what would somebody be walking through this water? And, during the winter. Barefoot.
Yeah, it was cold, man. And I think they were 42 inches apart, the stride.
Whoosh.
But like, I think the day before that, Shelly, the girl was with me, found some tracks at a different spot that were small, little tracks on a different point. I'm pretty sure she did, but yeah, it was a very eventful weekend.
I'd say so. I wished I'd had somebody that was experienced with me. Oh no. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's bad.
Let's send prayers.
Sorry, Miss Bobby.
Yeah.
Prayers.
They found a coyote twisted in two up there, not far from that area, I think.
Well, Mr. Brooks, Randy Brooks, was just up there. Mike had found some, and he ran up there, and they casted them. He sent me a picture of it tonight, and it looks similar to the big one I found. But, of course, you'd have to get somebody to look at it. But mine, y'all, I wished I had somebody with me that was experienced, or at least to watch somebody's back. I didn't have any supplies or anything. But
heck, Debbie drove 30 miles to go get some plaster for us.
Wow.
About the store out. I mean, lots of people got prints. there that day. Barry got a good one.
That's an awesome video too, Chad. If y'all haven't seen that one, they Beast TV, they break it down, everything they did, who all helped. It's really amazing.
I'll
But
definitely check that out.
But I got, people were like, hey, you were in the same spot as Patrick and Shelly when they found theirs. I'm like, who's Patrick and Shelly? I don't know, but I was just meeting everybody and seeing that, I tried to document it as good as I could with that little poor man's GoPro. And that's one of the highlights. You got the sighting number one, and then I think that's number two because there was so many of them I couldn't count them. But and I don't remember whose idea it was. Spencer, they were talking about the meet and greet. We never had been to one, so we had a day off. We ran up there and was checking the place out. It was like 3.5 hours, and it's all like I said earlier. It's all timing. If I'd have been the day before, it'd have been dry for 2 months, 3 months. So I probably wouldn't have found that. But anyway,
And it had poured the rain when I got there. I mean, like I said, I couldn't see a foot out past my window.
yeah. You think they were there? You think they were there? Okay, so it rained the night before we got up there. Would that be something they would do? Would they?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. They may have a regular route through there. Seems like it's a lot of activity in that area.
Did Mark? Did some of y'all say that they had found stacks of those mussel shells up in the woods? Have you ever?
Yeah,
found that?
who was that? Somebody brought that up, and then
I remember something about that.
Yeah, further up the woods, there was a stack of them. Yeah.
You ever watch that guy camping with friends, or he goes around and camps and does a lot of audio? He went to LBL and he camped right there, and he's got some great audio.
I think I've seen that guy. He's brave or crazy. I don't know which one. But that's not a place I want to be. I don't know his name.
I can't think of his name either.
But it's camping in the LBL or something like that.
It's camping with friends or something.
Yeah.
Is a site, but he went to LBL for a week, and he's got some great recordings. And he stayed right there where we were.
Wow.
Right. Well, I know Mr. Barton and some of them's caught some pretty good stuff from up there this past year.
Yeah.
They caught some weird stuff going on up there.
Yeah, they just did a premiere on that where they were down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
I haven't got to see that one yet. Scott, did you go
me
down
and
there?
Spencer and them found them footprints,
I didn't go down there. I wanted to go down and I never did, but I used to go down there and fish quite a bit, but I never really explored the land.
Yeah.
But it's
I
all
feel like when I drive through there, Mark, we've talked about, like, I think Becca has a kind of the same thing, like certain areas feel different. And a lot of the places, it might be all in my head, but they seem fine. But there are some areas that what Spencer says and Mark says are creepy feels.
Right.
I get those, and one of them was where I saw the wolf that night. We went back and went down that road the next day, and we went back about, I don't think it was half a mile, and we got to a field. There's a field on the right of sagegrass, and we let Honey out to do her thing there.
Live right now.
And my head was on a swivel because I've seen stuff come out of sage. A lot of stuff can lay down and that can be hid. So anyway,
David and Dee and
doing me.
We went out.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
David and Dee went out, and we yelled and got coyotes yelling and all kind of stuff going, man.
It was pretty exciting that night.
Yeah, it was. Old Scott wouldn't get out of the car.
Yep, he was freaking out.
I don't blame him. Hey,
not you, Scott.
Well, it'd probably be me too, unless I had what on me.
Yeah, yeah. He said, "I ain't getting out there." I said, "Get out, man."
Yeah, gun.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. It's called plugging it in and charge. Anyway, carry on.
We know. We started talking about naked AIs, and you all went off the chart for a minute.
Imagine that.
Yeah, you got me so excited. I forgot to plug it in, and it went down. Battery died.
I have a
Into the plugger.
When I was in Holland's,
Hold on, Jerry's got something.
That's all right. Go ahead, Pat.
Something unzipped my tent at 3:30
Oh,
in the
yeah.
morning. Yeah, it
was
was
your
me
tent.
plumb up, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking a long zipper.
No, I'm on.
Mark.
There's a lot of places I goof around and say, man, I was scared or whatever. But that Hollands, that Mark, I'm telling you right now, that Hollands, I'm scared of Hollands.
I'm not moving this much.
I need some clarification on the loincloth and spankings, Mark.
Uh-oh. It is your birthday.
Well, that long ball thing got started a long time ago with Greg or something.
Yeah.
How old are you, Mark?
Big Chief.
57.
Golly, y'all are youngins, man.
Boy, I'm telling you.
I don't feel like no youngin' though.
I still
wait till
can't
you're
believe it,
66.
Pat's. I still can't believe Pat's 66.
Really calm.
There's my retirement thing, and they already called me back to work because I wanted to work as a contractor with my cast on. I said no.
Hey, they're hurting for people that know how to do stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want the old school no more. They don't want to hear that.
No.
They even called us in the office one time, told us to quit using that. The old school. Even talking about it.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
there's so many rules and regulations. Did y'all see the report where David, it might have been your state, it was either Oregon or Washington, sent firefighters south to help, and the trucks didn't pass the emissions, so they wouldn't let them in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the past couple of days.
Yeah.
California with
Are you freaking serious?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I saw where they had
Chad is about to
UAVs
flip
flying
out.
around, and they grounded all the planes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
ridiculous.
It's kind of like, Roger, what you were saying, the Amish building the small homes for the people in North Carolina, and then the government saying, well, we can't let you build those because they're not safe.
Not up to regulation.
Not up to regulations.
Yeah, we're not going to give you any money either.
Yeah.
They said one of the airplanes that was flying hit one of those D things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Canadian. They only had 2 planes come from Canada down there, the firefighter planes, and one of them got hit on the wing like that, and now it's down and out for like 7 days to get repaired.
So
Wow.
when does it go? This is all I'll say. When we all know the answer, but when does all this go from like oops, accident, oops, we should have done till it's planned.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Don't get me started.
I know.
Don't get me started.
Chad's like holding his head about
It's that sincerity.
just like the yellow things down in New Orleans to stop a vehicle, and the person in charge says, "What? What are those? We have those. What are they?"
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I'll stop because I'll start coming with G's and stuff that begins with G's, and then before that,
Yeah.
It's the best idea.
Oh, yeah.
Roger's ankle monitor is going to start beeping.
right? I know that's what. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, where's the worst place you've ever been as far as creeped out?
Me?
You know, what part of the country you ever been to creep this out at the most?
I know one place was unintentional, and I didn't find out what it was until after. But we pulled into this town. We took a wrong turn.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we did. It was in
You in
South,
West Virginia?
no, South Arizona. We took a wrong turn.
Beginning of the
And when you
movie.
take a wrong turn out there, there's not a quick fix, right? And this was before GPS. So we rolled into this town, and my whole body was like something was. I told Don Odom the other night. I said I was looking at door jams. I was looking at trash cans. That I was like, this is crazy. It was like I was looking through a lens. Everything was just different. It was Sedona, Arizona, and I only found out about Sedona, Arizona later, 20 something years later. I didn't know what Sedona was about, and but I know there was an energy there. I know some people think that's pretty wild, but there was an energy when we rolled in from the south, and I was on alert. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know why I was feeling jittery. I didn't know why I was feeling like something was all around me, So, and it could be that natural. But that was creepy. And after I found out what it was, it didn't creep me out. But and I'm gonna tell you, Hollins is on the top of the list, because when I pulled in, when we first got there, I stopped and I looked at Heather. I said, something just hit me, and I'm jittery in my stomach. I said, I feel like something watching us. And I said, hold on a second. I took some deep breaths or whatever, started easing forward, and it went away. But I wasn't at ease that whole time. And then Michael X came up to me. He was the first one, Mark. He said, hey, did Mark tell you about that tent, the abandoned tent they found, and about that guy that got ripped to shreds, a few decades ago? And I'm like, no, he didn't. And that would have been something good to say to somebody before he goes wild down here. It's the first I'd ever heard of it. Y'all might not have seen me.
The scariest I've ever been was a hunting camp up in Pennsylvania, up Potter County. A girl I used to date many years ago, her stepfather had a hunt camp up there. I couldn't sleep. I could not. Something about that place. Third day I left, came back home.
I watched a good show on Arkansas, a farm in Arkansas today that's like Skinwalker Ranch. It was pretty good.
Oh,
it's Bradshaw.
That's in Arizona.
No. The show it was on is called the In Between show, and it was very good.
I wonder where that's at. I've been across Arkansas. There's you can make some wrong turns there too.
I need to watch all these shows.
Yeah, it is.
So he does all day.
The only place that ever scared me was.
You're right, Levon. Something was going on there. Yeah, and that's you know where Potter County, Pennsylvania is. I know you know Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Are the coal mines still on fire up there in Pennsylvania?
That's further. Oh yeah, that'll be burning for eternity, probably.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Yeah, they've been burning for 100 years.
That's crazy.
They've been burning for a million years.
The whole town had to be moved. They
evacuated
Yeah.
one portion of it. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of stories about the stuff in those caves in Pennsylvania, those old mines.
So y'all to follow Mark's question. So we've all been, in the woods and felt weird or whatever. What would be the weirdest couple of buildings you've ever been to? You know what I mean? It's like I got the Arlington Hotel in Arkansas in Hot Springs. One of them for me, but do y'all get weird feelings when you go in some buildings or some housing and find out later that a middle part might have been 150 years old?
I think for me, I'm the guy. If I get that feeling, then I just investigate more.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
Tell them about how I scared you that night up there at Hollins.
I had a few black hairs left until that happened. There was a guy there, and we had come back from Mark, and all of us had went back out there where
Yeah,
tape
that was Scott.
the screen, and then so he's asking me about it. I said, "Hey, I've got this 2200 and let's sneak out there and let's go over that little rise and see, pop that light on and see if we can catch something out in the field." He said, "Yeah, let's go." I'm like, "All right." I didn't know Wendell was behind me.
Oh boy.
And it's already been intense, but I don't know. I had that feeling like Chad was talking about, something's here, and we were all standing out there talking about it. Nothing bothered us, and we went out about where Flat Rock's tent was, I think, right in that area. It's past Mark's spot. And I said, "What we're going to do? Let's ease out there with no light, and then all of a sudden I'll throw it on, see if we can catch something." And we're walking out through there, and I hit that light, and there's nothing out there. And I don't know exactly what point it happened, but Wendell screams out behind me, "Run, Roger!" And the other guy sitting right here, I thought we were there by ourselves.
No, tell it right, Roger.
I don't know. I mean, that's the way I remember it. I'm just glad I didn't have a baseball bat.
I was behind you with my night vision.
Oh, is that what it was?
And you asked me if I'd seen anything.
That's right. Yes, you're
and
right.
Then I said, "No, run!"
Yeah, that's not funny.
Yes, it was.
Because I already told y'all I was uneasy anyway. And that oh god, it was funny later. It was. That was a wrong time to do that.
But I was sitting there holding up my night vision thing, and I said, "No, run!"
The other guy thought it was funny too. But Wendell, was he the guy that pulled in the meet and greet and didn't know anything about a Bigfoot thing going on and just accidentally showed up?
Yeah, his name's Scott. His name's Scott. He's the one that had that camper on top of his pickup truck.
Yep. And he was on the other side.
Yeah, he's down the hill down there.
Well, so
are you talking about Steve?
Is it Steve?
Yeah, Steve. That's right.
So where they were at and where you were at, Wendell, where you were camping, where Gary was camping, and then you had Billy, us, Leoma. Is that, am I saying it right? Naoma. And then what's his name? I can't remember his name. But anyway, Dixie Cryptids. We were on the line, and I don't remember about what time it was, but when that thing come walking through, and at first I thought it might be Wendell walking through.
Run!
But it had a congested, very heavy, deep breathing, but the head was only about 3.5 foot off, 3.5 foot off the ground.
What time was that?
It was close. It was the time when everybody heard it at the fire and everything. It was breaking sticks and everything, but it come within like 2.5, 3 feet of my tent. It come by Wendell back there, Billy, and then Honey, my dog. She, they do that low growl. I touched her, like, please don't get us killed. Like I touched her and she chilled out, and I could hear people at the fire saying, "What is that? What is that? There, go get the therm. Go get the therm. What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh my god!" I felt like Greg says and Billy, a burrito inside that.
Hey, I've spent a lot of time in those burritos. I know how it feels.
So, and it turns right at Naoma's car and heads back towards that dry creek. And I'm trying to get out of this tent and get over here and see if they saw anything, because I wanted to know what it was. It scared it scared us so bad we left the tent with Billy. We left right after that, and Heather was like, "You left me in here."
I wish Billy was on here to tell the story about. He told me the other day when he called me about all the air mattresses that he deflated that week.
he called us. He said, "Hey, y'all coming? You pick this stuff up. I got to go to Nashville." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll be there in a little bit."
I was out in Missouri and camping and got woke up by a whoop right behind my tent, man.
Wow.
3 a.m. It's funny how
Wow.
things happen around that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 o'clock, 3:30. I mean, it brought me up out of a dead sleep, man. I ran outside. I didn't see it, but they ended up trailing it through the campground. Evidently, it had gotten in some people's stuff farther up that were camped and ended up down behind me.
Say hi or do something.
The first howl I ever heard was down there at Hollins, and it was at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Somebody got a audio from there that same weekend. It sounded like a man in pain. You remember that, Mark? You remember that it was definitely male, but it sounded like something in excruciating pain.
Hmm.
I don't know if Linda was.
Is that the one I got on my Facebook, Roger?
Maybe you might have shared it, but
I
that was
might have caught
odd.
that zipper. I had a recorder out. I just haven't listened to it.
It was odd.
What Roger's talking about is what Blue Eyed caught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say, Mark. I thought that's what
Yeah.
he was talking about.
Do I need to get out?
I had to forget we got 3 Pats. I had to remember.
Yeah, a lot of that.
But so and I've told Mark before, and I'll tell everybody, I appreciate y'all welcoming us in because I've learned more in the last 2 years. I'll just go ahead and say 2 years. I don't think it's been that long. But somebody said something earlier about, I think it was Phyllis said about meeting everybody. Yeah. That's the way it is. It's almost like the first time I met. This is the truth. The first time I met David, it was the first time I met Spencer and Misty face to face, and it's like we all knew each other already. And when we first got there, I went over and said something to JR and Misty and all them, but I didn't say anything directly to them. I got back to the tent. I'm like, oh my God, I need to go back over there and acknowledge them because it's like we've been around each other so much, but not, actually. And I said, I'm so sorry.
That was the first time I met anybody.
Golly, we got 7 or 8 different states on here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kentucky,
It's
Rogers,
one
Tennessee.
family.
Yeah.
Kentucky, Tennessee, Canada. No.
Alabama.
Anytime everybody asks me where Jeffrey's from, I say Canada.
Well, I agree with you, Rogers. I feel the same way. Just like when we went up there and we started meeting people for the first time, or we met people, you listen to people and then you go and meet people and it's like all of a sudden now we're friends with everybody. It's really just, it's awesome.
It's nice to see familiar faces and y'all know this. Mark is.
Thanks, Greg.
He's as easygoing and welcoming but see, I've had things happen, and I wouldn't feel bad about y'all, sharing a story with y'all. As soon as we had that got that audio at Holland and came back, Mark went back out there with us, and we were
Thanks,
kind of
Greg.
what's going on.
Thanks, Greg.
It's nice to have people that that you're not scared to talk to, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, true.
That's right.
People that'll listen without criticism.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and here in the way Mark is, and look, I'm gonna tell you somebody that you won't talking to you, and that's Debbie Porch.
Yeah.
Debbie will just like put the light on you, and she'll be asking you questions, and and she's doing it for a reason. She's asking, and when we come back from when I saw that white wolf,
Plug me back in.
she was asking me good questions.
Yeah.
And I think you need to go over it as quick as possible while everything's fresh. And
Okay.
Mark, I talked to him also, and he might have been there at the same time. I don't remember, but the one thing that stood out to him was Heather didn't see the wolf, but when we pulled in, she saw the wolf, she called it, go across the road, and she's never seen. And she said, "Oh heavens," because she don't cuss. I would have said something worse, but and I'm asking her, "What was it?" And she said it looked like a vapor about the size of a dog going across the road, but she didn't see the dog. I didn't see that, and it's odd that I saw the white wolf, but what got me was the eyes were that color right there. When it turned and the lights hit it, it illuminated, and I have never seen red eyes like that. Maybe stuff does have it. I just ain't never seen it, but one other time. Yeah, Debbie, Heather loves, all the ladies. It's like Heather. She didn't know about this at first. I don't know if some of y'all, she's more reserved, and she sits back and listens to people first, and she has to get to know them. I'm an open book. Y'all know that. So I was telling her about Mark and Becca, and then I'll be mentioning names or whatever, and then we started meeting everybody. And she just totally relaxed. I mean, it was an awesome to see, and she loves everybody too. So,
Yeah,
I think I come over and started eating something. She had some cookies.
Reader's Digest.
Yeah, and we had you and Billy. There was somebody else. Oh, Joe Parker come out of the woods like Johnny Appleseed out of nowhere. And I'm like, where did he come from? He had all this stuff on.
Appleseed. You're funny, Roger.
I don't even remember who called him that. Somebody called him that. But he walked from red.
Phyllis, what are you doing?
Where we were at by himself.
I wanted to do that too, man.
You please
She's gonna make everybody seasick. You're gonna make everybody seasick.
Yeah, Pat,
Joe had
Pat
some
in
stuff
there and,
happening between there and Red Holler.
Pat
You know,
ate
he
all the
probably
cookies
seen
and won all
something.
the prizes that week.
Yeah.
You're funny, Roger.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be.
I know I don't mean to be either.
I was born that way.
I was born this way. I can't help it. Yep. I get it honest. My family's y'all. Everybody deals with things different, and humor was number one. And when it got time to roll the sleeves up, that's different. But man, you talking about some jokesters? They were something else.
Oh yeah.
That's what I miss about the sitting around the fire and them telling stories, and man, you could learn a lot from the older people. If you just talk to them, listen to them.
It's all a learning experience, man. I'm telling you.
I don't think you ever stop learning.
No, I soak it all up, man. Everybody I listen to.
Can't do it, baby.
If you stop learning, you're dead.
Oh no.
Yes. Yeah. If you stop learning, you're dead.
But have y'all noticed the more information that becomes available, the dumber society gets?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm including me, because there's places I used to go that I knew the way, and now it's like if I don't have GPS,
Hey, I remember in 1994, I said, "What do I need to carry a phone around with me for?"
Right.
Oh man.
Now we can't do without them.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that they made them like
by design too.
the fact that they made them like
Addicted to
computers
'em.
now. I mean, these aren't our Motorola flip phones anymore. These things are computers.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't cheap back then either.
No.
Heck, it hadn't been that long. We had a party line.
So that's right.
I remember them.
I remember having one.
Yeah.
That's when your mama, you get home, you're about 8 years old, and you think you got by with something, and she's waiting on the porch.
Oh my God, y'all are telling your age.
Yep. I remember party line.
Yep.
Phyllis, I'm older than the internet.
I'm telling you,
I'm coming over here.
she
I
can't
said,
talk from the. She's
I'm-
like the Wizard of Oz. She can't talk.
I'm freezing.
You'll be all right.
One of my old
Yeah,
buddies.
I said, you guys are telling your age if you had party lines. Oh my God. When I was growing up, we would like 3 rings was we could answer the phone. 5 rings was somebody else's shit, and you could listen in if you wanted to.
Yep.
Or you could talk to them.
And I did too.
And it was cheap. That's why we
Old
had it.
school. We had to do the
Old school. And the dialing stuff.
Yeah.
I saw one of them phones at somebody's house not long ago. They still use it.
We saw one in a museum the other day.
John's acting like he's so much younger than me. That's bullshit.
I remember when they
You remember I posted that picture of the payphone with the wires cut on it.
Yeah.
You know about the
Yeah.
only thing that's ever
I
given
took
me
a picture of
anxiety.
it to show my son.
Jerry, up until like the late 2000s, they still had a payphone there at the highs on Bush's Corner.
Yep.
Wow.
Had one at the Whiteford Pharmacy too.
When I was a dispatcher in '91, I was 19 years oldish, I guess, somewhere right in there. But anyway, my 911 training was that there's a black phone like that, but the tabletop, the rotary dial phone. There's like that's the 911 phone. If it rings, answer it. That's all the training I had. Yeah, and they would ring like nothing else. You know,
It rings, answer.
that was
Hey,
my,
I gotta go. I'll catch y'all later.
Adios.
Good night, y'all.
Nice.
No.
Good.
Who's leaving?
Leaving.
I don't know.
Wendell left.
Everybody did.
Y'all
Who left?
It looked like one of those puzzle games.
I don't know who's leaving.
We
Yeah,
have
I think
another
I can get
person
off
trying to
here,
get
too.
in here.
Hey,
So
Wendell.
We got Wendelled.
There ain't no.
Oh, we got Wendell.
Got windled.
We still got a Brady bunch.
Yep.
we got another one trying to get in here. So he's got
Roger is Alice.
whoever was trying to come on in.
I'm gonna head that one out too. I love y'all. And
Love you, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
I'll be back.
Happy birthday, brother.
Night,
birthday,
night,
Mark.
Yeah, man.
night.
Happy
We'll
birthday.
see you next
Show
weekend.
Everybody
tonight.
talk at once.
Good night.
Hope to see you in Opalaka.
all right,
Hey,
well,
I'm
I got
behaving
so much
myself.
thinking to go
Okay?
do.
I'm
So
just
I'll,
sitting up here. in the
I'll holler at
corner.
y'all later.
All right, see
Nah,
you, Mark.
he's going after
See
that
ya.
spanking. That's where
What
he's
have
going.
you
He's going
done to
after
my
that spanking.
phone?
See ya, Mark.
Out for that loincloth.
And now
Oh man, what time is it? 10:20.
Oh,
Has anybody got an update on the score? I can't get the game.
It's well, it's
I haven't even-
11:22 here, so it's probably 10:22 in Tennessee.
Yeah, 11:22 here.
Yeah, it's 10:22 here.
It's 10:22 here in Mississippi.
Yeah,
Ah,
we're always behind.
It's like 9
We're
o'clock.
always, we're always behind.
28-14 final.
Hey.
What's
Do what
that?
now, Roger?
28-14 final. Ohio State. So you got Notre Dame, Ohio
Okay.
State.
Oh,
All right.
shit.
They outplayed them. Okay, thank you.
I hate that, but okay.
Flat Rock. I come back from at Hollins. I come back and I leaned over and I said, "Hey, Flat Rock, I went over and I peed beside your tent. I hope nothing gets you tonight." And he said, "That's fine. That's okay." And then, and after that's when we got the scream. So I don't know if that caused it or not. The Flat Rock won't care.
You know, Flat
Who would
Rock's
be on it?
while they're looking in the back window.
I wouldn't worry unless Boo started barking.
Hey, and that's the dogs will let you know what's going on first too. That's,
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know Misty. Everybody's talking, and at the meet and greet, they were in the back of that hollow there, and it was like a just straight back heels on both sides, and there everybody's talking, and I saw her dog bristle up, and I was looking down at her, and Yeah, they've always got the idiot in the middle, right, Greg?
You're the Paul Lynn.
I
thought he was asleep.
Oh,
I
Lord.
thought he was asleep. Oh, no, he is in the middle.
Greg is trolling us.
He is in the middle.
Greg is trolling us.
Greg is trolling us. Who's sad?
He does a good job too.
Yeah, he does.
How's DD, David?
Hollywood Squares.
David, how's D?
She's good. She's getting better. She's been sick for like 2 weeks now, but she's doing
Wow.
better.
He's in the chat still.
So
Well,
we
y'all
had somebody else trying to get in here.
I better get off here. I'm gonna give up my middle spot.
It's on the way. I
I'm
just
gonna
put
go,
it out.
I'm
We
gonna
got-
read some books, try to get smarter, so I can get a corner spot next time.
All right, Alice.
Night, Roger.
Thank you.
Night, Alice.
I may hop in.
That's right.
What we
See
got
y'all.
coming
Love
in
you,
here?
brother.
We got,
River's coming in.
Oh,
right.
Really cool.
Oh my God, yes.
we got the Aboriginal coming in. There he is.
Go
There he
in.
is.
River had missed your face.
He's loading up.
I think he's
He's
frozen.
better.
Gribbo, how are you doing?
There he is. Woohoo.
There he
I
is.
missed your face, River.
well, you're seeing it froze right there, so you can look at it
There you
as
go.
long as you want.
Greg said, I don't know how Patrick didn't pee his
There he is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Uncle
Mr.
Billy.
Schilling.
Mr. Schilling.
This is a beards night.
Yeah, we got the beards in here now.
Wow.
I can't let you rookies try to get in there thinking y'all showing me up.
for my friend.
Told Chad the other day if I could get my hair on my head, go on my chin, I'd be really looking like somebody.
Hey, brother Billy.
How's it going, man?
Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
He's got to put his spectacles on.
Yeah, I can't see nothing.
I can't see anything either. Look at my
Sometimes that's a good thing.
spectacles.
Sometimes
Bud,
that's a
that
good
ain't no
thing.
fair, Bud. You know how's remote viewing.
How'd you get on here, boy?
He told me what he was.
God, that's hard to get on here, guys.
Wasn't good, baby.
I know.
Phyllis, you be good, Phyllis.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm watching you.
I need to.
Somebody wants me to be good.
I need to have the finger on the button here. So
The button.
You have a censor
the
button?
mute button.
Oh, mute.
You gotta mute me.
Boy, you got that beard looking fine, Billy. Man.
Yeah, Billy.
Wow.
It took about
It's a
2
little
weeks
bit
to get
grayer
this
than it
thing
was last
together.
time I
So
saw you.
hard, man, to get on here.
Yeah, Billy, it looks really white.
That's because I'm really old.
That's because it was just Christmas, Billy.
Yeah.
Chad colors his beer.
Hey, I'm here. How you
He
going?
bleached his ears.
So do I.
You're right, baby.
You do not. he does not. He's old.
Oh. Am I happening?
You're
You are.
happening, River.
Oh, you're here.
River,
We hear you.
You the man, River.
River,
You the man.
baby.
can you hear us, River?
Look who's center square now.
Good show.
Man. What you guys up to tonight?
It's always no good.
No good. We're up to no good.
Hey, that's the way I like it.
Absolutely.
Oh, good. At least I'm not the only one smoking on air.
Really?
Really?
How you doing, Billy? How you been, brother?
Doing good, David.
Nice.
Doing good.
How much
Good to
snow
hear your
you
voice,
got?
man.
How much snow you got, Billy?
I've been doing good, man.
Nice.
How much snow
Shit,
you
I
got?
couldn't tell what this thing's doing.
Oh,
Three's the charm. Try it again.
Billy's late because he had to go rescue Spencer.
yeah.
Spencer who?
White sauce.
I haven't heard that name yet tonight.
Spencer who? I don't know
Run his truck
Spencer.
in the ditch. Spencer run his truck in the ditch.
Somebody said they had it on,
joking.
said he had it on his Facebook page. I hadn't looked yet.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
I figured he probably had enough survival supplies in there. He's
You
probably
know,
Wrecked it in his driveway.
or
Yeah. You're funny.
his driveway's longer than mine.
Oh yeah, he's got a long driveway.
My driveway's a dead end road, but his is probably a little worse than mine.
That's funny.
Scott, I like your name on the screen. That's awesome.
Billy?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I love that. Amen.
What y'all got on the screen? I can.
It says Scott loves God.
Amen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott. Look, I love Scott B. I asked him, I've been in chat with him forever, and I thought I added him on Facebook, and I'm like, are you the Scott B? in the chat? And he goes, yeah.
Yeah, we were in somebody's live and talking in the chat. And you said,
we were. And I was like, I wanted to make sure you were the same person,
Yeah, I think I'm the only Scott B there, but
Now,
He went
there's
looked in the
some
mirror
other
and said he
Scott
was the same
B,
person.
but you're the one that I want to be friends with.
yes, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, River.
Hey, River.
Yes.
River.
He might be going downstream.
He just pulled the camera out. I think but we can hear him now.
River went downstream here.
He's a disembodied voice right now, but we're okay.
He's up the river without a paddle.
Oh.
He's on a walkabout.
He's on the
Walkabout. I would
have to do one of those myself.
I would love to go on a walkabout.
He might be in the back room getting attitude adjustment. If y'all know River, you know me. You know what I'm talking about, huh?
Is River in Canada?
He's in
No.
Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Australia.
He's an
Patrick, I see
Aboriginal.
you walking with your leg.
The
Looks like you're
Yowie.
doing good, man.
Yeah, it's doing good.
Glad to see that.
Yeah.
Glad to
I
see
got a
that.
while. About 6 more weeks.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah, Billy gets out, Roger gets out, and Billy gets in.
That's the thing was full, man. You couldn't nobody else get on.
I love how she whispers sweet nothings in my ear.
I
Nothing.
whisper, I whisper sweet somethings in his ear.
Something.
They're very important.
I think that's a karaoke song we
PG.
just sing to.
Boy.
PG.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Phyllis, you and John need to stop eating at Cracker Barrel so much. You make me hungry every time I see your post.
Exactly.
John,
I gotta go.
you need to quit eating that Cracker Barrel.
I'm gonna have to
You're
get you some of
making
the.
me fat.
You make. I gotta get some of those overall things that you and Blackie are wearing.
Yeah. He needs some overalls because he's fat too.
Oh man.
I guess I'm going to start wearing overalls.
Hey,
I love my
comfortable.
overalls, man. I
Me
even
too.
got a Sunday pair.
I'm starting to look
Me
like
too.
the old man from Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, but you can't jump in the car like that.
They're easy to get off.
85-degree weather wearing them damn
Good to go,
things.
man.
Yeah, I bought them because Billy wore them at the meet and greet, and I loved them. I'm like, I might give me some now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I really did like Billy's
Billy
overalls.
he sported them really well.
He wore them well.
Yeah.
I
And
always
then,
wore
and
them
then
in the
Chad had them on.
plant.
I've worn my whole life.
I put my baby, my little boy, as soon as he was born, I put him in overalls until he was like 5.
And now he's 50.
I'm now
It was 5 to
50, and he
I'm
don't
a
wear them no more. He
Oh,
was like mama for that.
We're gonna,
Gary, you're
Billy, we're
only
gonna
like
get Dale to
7
write
years
that
older.
song.
You're only
Which
like
one's
7
that?
years older than her son.
What's that?
You're
Billy
only like
sitting
7
on
years
the
older than her
fence
son.
trying to make $1 out of 98 cents.
Oh, I hear you, boy.
My son.
Patrick, my wife walks around singing that song.
Dale.
Funniest thing I ever heard.
What brand of overalls do you wear, Billy?
I try to wear pointers.
Pointers.
Okay.
That's the
Yep.
only brand to wear.
That's a pair. I like pointers.
I wear
I
Dickies.
like my Galluses, the button in the back and the front.
Oh yeah.
But you can't hardly find them no more.
Hmm.
Old Ronnie Tucker, he come over there at Hollins
Well,
and said,
you want me to write
"Oh,
it?
where you get
I
them,
don't
where
have
you get them
a pen.
overalls at?"
You write it down.
Billy's probably the same guy that still wears the old Union suits.
I got them. Don't think I ain't.
I
grew up with those things, but when they stopped with the flap in the back, that was when
Hey,
it was
these are my
time.
Sunday. These are my Sunday bibs. They're beige.
Beige.
Pat's giving up on wearing pants, so he just wears bibs.
That's right.
I used to wear those old one-piece suits, and good lord.
Was that
Just cut the
Spider-Man or
flap out of them,
Batman?
you are.
Yes, we are, Miss B.
He had the
When,
footies in them.
when nature would strike you, you'd have to try to get the damn things off if you couldn't get the flap open.
Cut the flap out. Cut the flap out.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
That's why I stopped wearing those one-piece coveralls.
They didn't have a flap, did they?
No. you had to take them off, then you had to you had to take your shirt off, then you had to undo the one piece, and an ordeal. And being a dairy farmer, it doesn't work very well. So.
By that time, it's time to go change your breeches, huh?
Or wear the pin, one of the two.
Yeah, there you go.
That's where I learned that fleece-lined pants were a better option.
Yeah.
Where can
Yeah,
you buy
I told Dad.
Union suits still?
Union suits, you can still buy. You can probably buy them on Amazon.
I'll have to check it
Yeah.
out. I went
Jerry,
old
Did
school
you
red.
ever own a Union suit, Jerry?
No.
Jerry don't know what you're talking about. He said, no. It was down Hollins, and Jad said something about my bibs. I told him it was my Mr. Jim suit. You remember? Jad said, "What?" I said something like Mr. Jim at Hollins.
And then you pointed him out, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, Jim, that's an awesome dude, man. 86 years old, still going to the meet and
Oh,
greet.
yeah. Yeah, he sat next to me during the thing. Yeah, sure did.
He's a great dude, man.
Hey, how you doing out there?
Yeah, he's fun to talk to. Hey,
River.
River.
Hey, you can hear me?
Yeah,
We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Hey, sure. I
Yeah.
tell you what, it's bloody hot. It's bloody hot down here, you mob.
Okay, rub it in our face. Cool.
You guys, River, you have like the weirdest weather. You're complete reverse of what we've got to deal with.
All right.
That's because he's a day ahead.
He is very good.
That's true.
The world could end, and then River would know first.
He would know first because he's ahead of us.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
I keep
just
saying
hey, ask me for the lotto. Ask me for the lotto numbers.
yeah, he's got to do the lottery for us.
Let us know.
That's why River's got to be in charge of the lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can tell Roger when to run.
So far, it sounds like River's as lucky as I am when it comes to winning stuff.
Spider Lamb, he doesn't like no weather, man. Spider Lamb, Spider Lamb. Hey, and Sister Phyllis is Scorpion Woman.
Don't put me on the
I told
camera,
y'all where he went.
baby. Stop. Go away.
I told you where he went.
Well, hey, I'll slide off here and let somebody else come in.
No.
Oh, we got room. We still got room yet.
And we have a Brady family.
Jeff said it was a Hollywood Squares.
That's
That was Greg.
true.
That was Greg says Hollywood.
I think that's why
Yeah, that's what-
Patrick's bowing out. He doesn't want to be in the center.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm used to it.
Patrick's in the center.
Stuck in the middle with us.
Way to go, Patrick. Stuck in the middle again.
I believe
Scott, have you
I'm
ever,
sorry.
Scott, you
I'm
ever seen a
getting really
Bigfoot?
goofy.
Who?
I said, have you ever seen a Bigfoot?
No, I haven't. I wish I would. I don't want to see it up close, but I want to see it. And the dog man, oof, I haven't seen one of those, but they're scary looking.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen a dog man?
I don't want to see a dog man. I want nothing to do with
Nope.
dog man.
Nope.
But I have seen a Bigfoot.
Yeah, Harley at Bigfoot Report and Data had a real good clear picture of one he took in the Smoky Mountains.
Yes, he did.
I mean, you could see the nostrils and everything on this.
I remember when he did that show with us. We looked at that.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, that's a great capture.
You know, Scott Carpenter caught some pictures of him too.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where Harley does most of his research at, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, they're all
I'd love
located
to
out.
get Harley back on here at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll get
I tried to get him to come on. I was talking to him and told him to head over this way, but I don't know if he was busy or what.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he really is. He's going the right way with his channel.
Yeah.
And T-Carp or Travis, he's got some good stuff.
And that's Scott's boy, isn't it?
Yeah. T-Carp or Travis is Scott Carpenter's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some good stories. You know, he didn't do a lot of research with his dad, but he did go out every once in a while. But just the stories his dad would tell him, got a lot.
That's a great area where he's at.
Yeah, I did see when I was in Gatlinburg. When you leave Gatlinburg and head into the mountains towards North Carolina, there is a area of the national park in between Gatlinburg and till you get to the actual really national park. And we were leaving. This was probably 2 years ago. We were leaving, and I happened to turn my head, and there was a field, but the woods were in front of it, but it was a big grass field, and there was this big black wolf sitting right in the middle of the field watching the traffic. And I don't know how many feet or yards it was away, but I could tell it was watching traffic. And I tried to get my phone out, and it's so busy on that area right there. We couldn't hardly stop, but I wanted to try to get a picture of this thing. But it was sitting with its front paws, sitting on its tail, and had the paws in front of it. And the back legs were lifted up. And I was like, and it was big. I mean, it was not gigantic, but it was big.
Story, right?
And I'm like,
It wasn't a wolf.
I'm like, what am I looking at? And like I say, it was so fast, but I could see what I was looking at. Man, if I could have got a picture of it, it was so shiny. The sun was shining, and its fur was so shiny you could see the glimmer coming off of its fur.
Wow.
It
That's the
was-
way Greg describes them being that black.
Yeah, this thing was jet black. I mean, it stuck out.
Show.
I don't even know what made me turn my head that way. I just happened to turn my head, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And she said, "What?" And like I say, that traffic was so heavy coming out of the mountains and going. You can't stop.
Right,
And
right.
man, that would have been a heck of a picture. But I don't know if it was a dog man or if it was. I don't even think there's black wolf in Smoky Mountains, as far as I know. But
Come on.
Jeff, is there such thing as black wolves in Smoky Mountains?
I don't know, but I don't think there's wolves in the Smokies.
No, I really don't think there is.
They have the red wolf.
Do they?
It's smaller. It's a
Yeah,
little smaller.
this thing was bigger than a German Shepherd, and its ears were sticking straight up on its head. You could see its ears. That's what really stuck out, was how tall the ears were on the top of its head.
Wow.
Awesome.
But I saw that, and then I saw a pterodactyl type of looking bird. I don't know where I was at. I wasn't in the city. I was out in the country, and I saw this thing coming towards me, and I was like, "What is that?" And everybody was looking. They said, "Well, it looks like one of them pterodactyl things." And I said, "My God, it had the big head, it had the big wingspan, but it never got close enough to actually see the thing. You could just tell by the way the wings were shaped and stuff. It wasn't a bird."
Did it have a tail?
Awesome.
I think I heard that, David.
I don't think it had a tail.
Awesome.
Think could have been Mothman.
That would have been awesome.
I would love to think it was Mothman, because I believe in Mothman.
Yeah. But I didn't get I got interested in Bigfoot when I saw the Patterson film for the first time. That right there was the most realist thing I ever seen in my life. I knew that was the best evidence yet that I've seen.
Absolutely.
How old were you then?
I was probably about 19 when I saw that, and I didn't even know.
I saw it in first grade. I was 7, so
okay,
6 or 7. That's why I was like, "Dang."
Yeah, I just got into it then, but I never knew YouTube had channels like this. And one day I just happened to get on there, I guess about 4 years ago, and I seen Mike at Abnormal Investigations, and I'm like, well, he's talking about Bigfoot. And it's the last 4 years has led into this.
Wow.
Did Mark Green forget to turn his volume off?
Welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole.
Scott, really, we're at the bottom of the rabbit hole.
I've got a screaming goat text message thing.
Oh. Scott, I'm like you. I didn't know about YouTube until not very long ago. I mean, it was longer than 4 years, and now it's opened up a whole new world.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing how many people have encounters. I mean, back in my day, if you said you saw a Bigfoot, people would laugh at you.
Yep, they still do.
Well, they still do.
It's opened up though.
But when I look at Patty film and I see the hair, the biggest giveaway that it's not a suit is where she moves her arms back and forth. The hair is literally wore off of her body right there. Yeah. You can see the sort of a white patch where her arms rub up against her sides as she was walking. And I'm like, and then of course, like everybody said, why would you go to the extreme of making it with breast? You know,
Right.
Especially
Absolutely.
in the 60s.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell, they were still sleeping in separate beds in the 60s on TV.
Well, the best costume quality was Planet of the Apes, and they didn't even begin to look real.
No, they didn't even do it justice.
Nor would you hike 20 miles into the forest to do the movie when you could do that in your backyard if you're going to make a fake video.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that tape or that video is the real deal.
Yeah, there's some new stuff coming out on it too that shows it in such ultra clarity.
Oh my gosh, they've literally got, you can see the individual hairs on her face.
Yeah,
they've got it that good.
Cabin something. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. When she turns her face, and you can look at the eyes, you can see that she doesn't have. It's not like a mask where is away from the eye socket. It's part of it. It's
kind of weird nostrils and stuff. Yeah. It's insane.
And then they try to debunk it by having somebody walk in a suit and stuff. That was a waste of time.
Yep.
Yeah. Bullshit. Right. Bullshit.
Yeah. That's right.
I said ugly words. Sorry.
But that's how I got interested in it. That's my story.
So Scott, when did you see your pterodactyl?
You got booted off, Billy.
That was about a year ago.
Wow. Okay.
And I wish I could remember where I was. I think I was out from the city. I don't live but about 10 minutes from the city, but I'm still a little bit farther out. But if I go 30 miles, I'm out at Fort Knox, and that's all wooded areas and all that out there. And I think that's where I saw that, was out that way.
How big do you think it was?
I seen something in 2017 or 18. I can't remember exactly which year. Right here out of my front yard, kind of the same.
Yeah.
Same deal. Like, that ain't no bird. I know exactly what that is.
Right. When you see that head shaped like it is, it's like there's no other bird. No, not even a pelican could come close to looking like the head of it. That head on it. The head was extremely weird looking.
Absolutely.
It was like, I think last year when I saw it.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And again, you see it for a second, but you don't. I don't care. You just never think about grabbing your phone and snapping a picture. You're like in awe, like looking. You don't need. That's the last thing in your mind is to snap a picture.
Yeah, I didn't even have a phone in 2017 or 18. I didn't even have a phone.
Yeah.
Both of you, how big was your pterodactyl? I mean, how big?
From the distance I was, it was pretty far away, but I don't know. If
it was, I mean, so far away.
It was so far away, but it looked big. Yeah, that's what gave it away. It was so far away that it was gigantic, but it was so far away.
Mine was like 100 yards.
How big was yours, David?
I would say it had to be at least a 25 or 30 foot wingspan.
See, I was thinking maybe 20 foot where I was at, but it could have been,
It looked like a small commuter plane size. And mine had like a rat tail with like a ball at the end, or like a puffy thing at the end.
Yeah.
It's black. The wings were black like a bat wing.
Yeah, the way it was flying.
I can't do my arms because my computer's too close. But instead of like the whole wing flap,
right,
like just the outside, it did one little flap
where the hand would be.
I watched it soar for like a mile past my house right here.
Wow.
And it was right above a ridge. And I can, if anybody comes to my house, I can say, okay, look up on the ridge, and there's like some fir trees up there, the tops of the fir trees.
Right.
The length of the head to the tail was right in between those two trees.
Wow.
And I would say it was at least 30 foot long. And the head, like you said, Scott, the head had that classic
woodpecker look.
Yeah,
but way bigger.
Horn, whatever it is on top of it.
It sure did, yeah. The head did not fit the body. It was so big.
Yeah. Everybody was like, are you sure it wasn't a pelican or a crane? Or because I live by the West Coast, right? And I was like, man, there ain't a stinking seabird that was even the size of the head of this thing.
Yeah, I was trying to think of golden eagle, and I'm like, we don't even have those out here. This thing was way bigger.
Yeah, that would have been something caught in its teeth.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Those were the two sightings that I've seen. But I went to a park over in Indiana. It's a park that hardly anybody goes to. We were just driving around, and me and my kids and grandkids, we just decided to pull off at this park and walk around the trail, and it led down to a creek and river and everything. And we got halfway down that trail, and I don't know why it even didn't dawn on me to take a picture again. There is a tree. This tree is massive. I mean, it's as big around as you could put your arms around. There was no root ball. It was the top of the tree. It was a whole trunk. The branches or nothing were on it, but it was balanced perfectly between a Y of a bigger tree. And it was about 8 foot off the ground. And my grandkids were literally climbing on it, and they were doing teeter totter. It was so perfectly balanced, and there was nowhere around there that it came from. It didn't come from the ground. There was no root ball or hole in the ground where it popped up. It was placed there. And I was so stupid I didn't get a picture. And it was right on the trail, but I don't think too many people walk this park. It's right on the Ohio River on the Indiana side, but it's way up, going up north.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's when I knew that they were in this area. That was my first proof. When I seen that, I said, well, okay, they are here in this area. But
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, old River's seen the same exact bird that I saw down. His was a little smaller, but he had an experience right there during a soccer game. He was watching a soccer game. Yeah, and had something fly right over him, squawk, and he looked up, and some other people were standing there, and I'm sure he always eggs me on, like, hey, tell your story about the pterodactyl. So, and I never do. I never hardly have. But he's like, I saw the same thing, brother. And he said a kid picked the ball and it went over the fence and went down to the river. And he went down and got the ball and heard a squawk and looked up. And he said it was like a young one just soared right above him. And some other people were like, what was that? And he's like, you know what that was? And they're like, it looked like a dinosaur. And he goes, that's what it was.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you see one, it's hard to imagine what they, the wings are so, from the top of the wing to the back of the wing is so wide. I mean, that's another thing you notice is they got real wide wings, not from the body out, but from the tip of the wing down.
Yeah.
I guess that's just a flap of skin, just like on a bat.
Yeah. That's what I would say. It looked like a bat wing.
Yeah. Just a gigantic bat with a weird head.
Yeah, exactly.
Rivers had some crazy experiences, man.
Yeah,
he's seen some crazy stuff.
I wonder if he ever saw what they call the sloth that's supposed to live in Australia, the giant sloth that people had seen.
He saw what's called the bunyip, which is like my nickname. We call each other Barney Bunyip and Bernie Bunyip. That's kind of our thing that he calls people. And he saw that monster thing, creature, whatever it is, something with like a horse head, but it was down in the river.
Wow.
Right. He was looking down it off a bridge. And so and I looked it up. And I have it saved on my phone. I took a snapshot of it.
Yeah.
It looks like some prehistoric looking thing.
There's a lot of weird stuff in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's seen yowies.
And brown jacks.
Yep. And brown jacks. Yep.
I can't remember what them little people, what they call the little people.
Yeah. I think
are they brown jacks?
Isn't it?
I think they call them Jeffries.
I think they were wearing bibs in one of his, wasn't it, David?
Watch it, boy.
Yeah.
The little people had bibs on and a hat.
Yeah. Be on you like a tick.
Yeah, Australia is there's so much land undiscovered on that island or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
There's no telling what's in there.
That's right.
Oh, that brown snake is like the deadliest snake there is, I think.
Yeah, they got the taipan and all kind of bad snakes.
Yep.
Yeah, the taipan is a bad snake.
Yeah.
You ain't got much time.
The country wants to kill you.
Yeah,
yep.
Pretty much.
You get bit, you're done.
Yep.
Well, hell, if you walk up on a red kangaroo and it don't like it's going to beat the shit out of you.
They will gut you.
Have you seen the guy that punches the one in the face because it's holding his dog?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That's the most funniest thing I've ever seen. That damn kangaroo sitting there looking at him, and he walks up and he punches that thing. And but they shoulder him up.
That kangaroo looked at him like, I can't believe you just done that to me.
I know.
Oh, it stunned it to death.
Have you always seen the kangaroos at the water troughs and the ravens are picking ticks off of them while they drink?
Oh.
Yeah, man. The ticks are as big as your fist.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
They say that kangaroos are just deer.
Daddy.
They say
Deer with-
kangaroos are just deer that went to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't think it's their paws. I mean, they can punch you, but I think it's their feet that can kill you.
It's their feet. Yeah.
Their claws, yeah.
Like a rabbit. They can just hook you.
Oh, my gosh. With so much force.
Yep.
Of course, that tail could probably do damage if they swung it, because that's...
Yeah, that thing's got to be... Rock my
That's a famous
baby.
man right there.
Wake up!
Is that your description of a tomahawk?
Look just like Patty.
He thought the cows was hollering. Milk me, daddy.
I thought
That's
you might have
why
been remote.
that's what he was doing. It looked like he was milking something.
He was remote.
We're dreaming about it.
There.
You got to quit that remote viewing.
Uh-oh. Back at it.
Buddy. Jeff, your zipper's down.
I guess he's telling us it's time to go, I guess.
No, I'm fine.
Poor buddy.
It's okay. You get up with the sun or before the sun, Jeff?
A lot of times I'm awake before it even gets
Sunny or daylight.
really sunny.
What do you have, a dairy farm or cattle farm?
We raise dairy.
Okay.
We have some beef cows too, but it's mostly dairy.
And next get together, you need to bring one of them cows down there.
It's gonna be a haul for bring one of them.
Well, you can cut it up.
It's like 14 hours to haul them. I mean, I could bring a disassembled one. That wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, there you go. That's a long drive.
Yep.
Where are you at, Jeff?
We're in Maryland. Jerry's like 5 miles from me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I actually met Jerry through Spencer because when I did the show, Jerry'd been talking to Spencer, and then Jerry's like, "Who the hell's this guy that's in Maryland and Harford County?"
Lucky me.
Turns out we've all known each other some way or another forever. So
Yep. That farm over there, some of my family used to farm at over there.
Wow.
we were just talking about the tenant house that I was fixing the heater in tonight for one of our employees. One of his relatives used to live in there years ago.
When he used to help Charlie Glasgow milk over there.
Man, that is one tiny house. That damn thing ain't got enough room for. Whew.
They moved out of there and built a house over in Millard Road.
Huh.
You know, at one point they used it for a corn crib.
Hey, that house I got in West Virginia was built before the Civil War.
Pop said he remembered when they had to clean all the corn out of it when he had to live in there when the house burned down over at the farm. They go in there and shovel all the corn out of it.
Well, my neighbor took one of his, he had a house on the corner he built, and he built a house for his daughter. When she moved out next door to him, he used it for storage for potatoes. And they said, I wasn't here at that time, but they said the potatoes were all the way to the top of the windows in that house. Every room was filled with potatoes.
Wow.
And he used it for a storage for potatoes.
I like taters.
Me too. Give me some taters and eggs.
Mm.
Yeah.
I like fried taters and
I
mustard.
like fried taters.
Fried taters.
I reckon.
What you got that eating there?
I tell you what, homegrown potatoes are completely different from store-bought.
Oh, yeah.
I never knew it until I started growing them.
Potatoes are one of the easiest things you can grow.
Oh, my God. You can't even kill them.
I've grown them accidentally, and I didn't even know I was growing them.
I did that this year when I tilled my garden. I thought I got all the potatoes out of there. And when I tilled it, during the winter, I look out and there's all this green stuff growing. I'm like, what is this? And I walk back over to it. It's potatoes trying to grow. And then, of course, when it dropped to below 32, it killed them. But
I'll tell you, you want something that'll take off, get you a sweet potato vine.
Really?
We can't grow them here. We tried.
Too wet?
I think keep the deers off of
Too
them.
wet, even in the summer.
Do you have to have something for the vines to crawl on, or do they just go on the ground?
Everything I've ever grown's been just in the ground. I've never had to put anything for them to grow on.
Okay. So they're just like a potato.
You just cut that section with the eye.
Right.
and just dig a little trench in the dirt and just put it in there and cover it up.
And I've seen them growing in people's gardens, so it's weird that little skinny vine thing grows those big ass potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could literally put them in a bucket and grow them.
I've heard of a lot of people doing that. Bella, hey, people have been pushing potatoes in.
You really don't need much to grow them.
Mm.
I mean, I could survive off of potatoes and deer meat for the rest of my life.
Oh,
same here.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, the only problem with that now is
still
I'm
here.
shaped like a potato, so.
Well, I guess better a potato than a deer.
Yep.
Well, a deer gets shot at. Potatoes don't.
There you go.
But if you're gonna shoot a potato, you got to shoot it in the eye.
Exactly.
If you're gonna take down a potato, you got to shoot it in the eye.
Shy.
That's
Sometimes
awesome.
they have more than one. So
Yeah. Then you're in trouble. You better have a shotgun, buckshot.
Yeah. Them potatoes.
shot pew pew.
We got.
Yeah.
I can't believe we finally got people on here that are always in the chat that never come on.
That's right.
Yeah,
It felt like a good night since everybody was coming on. I thought, well, shoot, I'll try to shoot on there.
That's awesome, Scott.
I'd like, and I don't
Billy,
know, I'm not
and
speaking for everybody, but I think this would be a great theme for the.
We even lured Pat Noble in.
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, Patrick was in the chat.
Yeah, I'm usually in the chat.
Yeah.
Pat and I talk a lot, and we're gonna have to get Pat up here to run around with us when he comes back to West Virginia.
Oh,
yeah.
I love West Virginia. I love Virginia. I love Tennessee. I like all the states beside me and below me.
Well, you guys were talking about creepy stuff earlier and scared the hell out of you. The only place I've ever really been terrified was West Virginia.
Were you canoeing at the time?
No, I was turkey hunting. I was heavily armed. I was prepared. But that was a dogman situation because everything I've ever dealt with boogers has never been scary.
Yeah.
I mean, I got startled when I got screamed at, but of course I wasn't on top of a cabin building one when like Billy had when he decided to stop fixing his cabin.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a bad thing.
Have you put out any peanut butter, Billy, lately?
No.
Billy gave up on the peanut butter.
Yeah. I quit.
Did you?
I hadn't put any out since I went to Hollins. I was feeding them, man.
Was it 85?
87.
87.
I had 87 jars gone and had 7 that was left on the trees, but were cleaned out.
Wow.
I was buying peanut
The
butter.
rest of them were just snapped off of the trees, weren't they, where you fastened them?
Yeah, just gone. I've never found a wrapper, never found a jar.
How cleaned out were they, Billy?
Clean, like you
Really?
washed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them, he didn't even find them.
Yep.
Come here.
That's amazing.
87 jars, never found a wrapper or nothing.
That's wild.
Jerry, he was screwing them to the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.5 foot up.
Wow.
I had to stand on the front of my 4-wheeler and replace the jars.
Okay.
Yeah, so you screwed the top into the tree and then screwed the jar of peanut butter back on it?
Yeah.
Yep. And then I would cut the bottom out of the peanut butter so that, you'd smell it for one thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's an old deer hunter trick because deer love peanut butter.
Everything in the woods likes peanut butter, though.
Really, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't know of anything. Basically, even old turkey will come up and eat at it. Pick at it. I've seen turkeys picking at the peanut butters.
Wow.
Yep. Just about everything in the woods.
Raccoons,
Just
raccoons probably love it.
Oh, they do. They
Yeah.
do.
I've caught in my traps around my garden. I've caught raccoons and everything, but I always use peanut butter. Squirrels, raccoons, possums, because I guess it puts out a good smell.
Yep.
Oh crap!
So-
I already died.
I started cutting the bottoms out of mine so that, that smell would be prevalent in the area.
Right.
But they were taking the jars within 24 hours.
And you never found the jars.
4 of us walked through the woods about 20 yards apart. We walked through the woods and went over the whole property, and we never found one jar or one wrapper out of 87 jars.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. I told Spencer, I said, man, I'm about done with this stuff. I can't afford to feed these things. And I said, I was buying peanut butter by the case, man. But
I wonder what they thought about you when you come into the store and buy a case of peanut butter.
hey, these people around here, the ones that know me, they don't even think about what I'm thinking about. They see me coming, they say, "Uh-oh."
I know. Billy was telling me that everybody thinks he's a crazy guy. So
That's right. I'm a crazy man in the holler.
There you go.
Neighbor be talking about he can't set nothing down. Everything he sets down, somebody picks it up before daylight and it's gone. Asked me if I had any trouble, and I said, nah. He said, you don't have no problem? I said, nope. I'm the crazy man that lives down the holler at 3 o'clock in the morning. He'll jump out into the yard and roll and shoot to 45 till it's empty. Nobody comes to my house. I've never had a trick-or-treater.
Oh.
Never had a trick-or-treater. Been here since 2010.
And if you did, they get a jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, well, I would if I had some more.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Billy. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for that status. I want. Well, don't go to that end of the road. We don't. That guy that lives there.
Yeah,
Billy. I know you can't see the chat. Levon is asking you, how can you tell if it was a booger or a critter that ate the peanut butter?
I can't. I have no way of knowing. All I know is it was 7.5 foot in the tree.
Wow.
That could have been anything that could climb. A coon could have got it. But
you would have seen the jars laying all around.
That was my point.
You would think, yeah.
Yeah.
Where jars
Critters
go?
don't carry them off. They just sit there and chew on them.
All my experience with having animals around livestock and dealing with that, if they took something, you'd see it.
Right.
You'd be able to find it. It's like when a coon gets into something, it's going to tear it up and leave stuff all over the place. And
oh yeah, yeah. And when they're full,
if a deer was eating it, I mean, a deer's not going to get 7.5 foot up a tree.
Nope.
No.
And lick the peanut butter out of the jar and then knock the jar off of the tree. A coon might be able to, unscrew it. I've seen them do some crazy stuff.
Right.
They can do it.
I would.
No, I
if I
figured.
ever find it, I'll send you guys the videos. We had a trail cam set up on a deer, or not a deer, a chicken carcass I had hung from a post out back just to try to bait them in to get rid of these foxes that I had, and I had a game cam set on it. This coon, the chicken was hanging from a board. He climbed up the post onto the board and suspended himself with his feet from the board and was eating the chicken upside down. And he fought off a skunk and a coon in the same morning.
Those suckers.
The funniest thing, he was like that. I nicknamed him Mr. Miyagi. That's how.
Yeah, those things are vicious.
It's pretty impressive. I mean, he stood his ground against a skunk, which is not an adversary that I really want to deal with. And then this fox coming over, and he tries to give him a piece of that chicken, and that coon, while he was hanging upside down, bit the fox in the side of the head.
Wow.
Like you just see him go upside down. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Just a raccoon hanging from a chicken carcass fighting a fox while it's upside down.
Yeah, I captured one in one of my traps, and I thought, oh, that's neat looking, and I put my face down there close to it, and it let out this god awful, I don't know, snore, growl, something. I didn't know they were that vicious. I mean, that thing. If it could have.
Let me tell you something. Coons, when it comes to dealing with chickens, they are the nastiest. Just like you don't understand how vicious a coon can get. A coon is, and especially if they've got rabies.
Oh yeah.
I remember a guy telling me a story about one that was down on the shore. It was middle of the day. It was rabid. It crawled in through the homeowner's door, like the pet door.
Yeah.
Went into the bedroom and attacked the couple that was napping in the bed.
What?
Hey, I was sitting on my couch and I had the screen door open, or the front door, and I had the screen door closed, and I heard a bang, and I looked over, and there was a coon at the screen door trying to get in the house.
Yeah.
So I jumped up and grabbed my boomstick and stuck him out in the yard and got him out of a tree there. And I called the game warden. He just told me to bury it.
Patrick, do you think it was a coon that unzipped your tent?
You could have been. It's not what I was remote viewing, though.
Did you tell him what you remote viewed the next night?
No.
Now you talking funny. Tell him what happened to you the next night, Patrick.
What about the zipper?
No, about you sleeping in the chair.
Oh, yeah, I cut my foot on fire.
Oh my Lord.
Instead of getting in the tent the next night, he sat outside by his fire.
Well,
he was telling me the story the other day, and I was laughing.
Patrick fell asleep and started stretching out, stuck his foot in the fire, and caught his boot on fire.
Wow.
No,
Oh,
I
man.
was sitting in the chair away from the fire, and when I woke up, my foot woke me up, and I looked, and I had a ring about 8 foot round on fire. And then I went to doing the river dance around there.
He tried to burn the whole forest down.
Yeah.
The story about that
That
raccoon
is awesome.
that got into that couple's house after it started biting them, they called the fire department. Well, first the cops show up, they call EMS and everything. The cops get there, they try to shoot it, they all missed. Somehow a firefighter locked it in the bathroom, and it tried to come out the door, and one of them hit it with the door and killed it. The troopers shot at it, and all they did was hit the toilet.
That's a scary thought.
That is a scary thought.
Hey, we were going down the interstate one day, me and another guy, and I seen a buck stick his head up out of the medium. And I said, that ain't right, man. Something ain't right. I said, so we made a U-turn on the interstate, and the deer had gotten hit in the back legs. So I said, hey, we're going to get that deer. So I give my buddy a tire iron. I said, I'm going to run up there and jump on its back, and you hit it over the head.
Oh.
All right. So I run up there, and I snuck up behind it, and I jumped on its head, and I grabbed its horns. I said, hit it, hit it, hit it. Well, he hit me across the hand with that tire iron. And I let go of it, and the horns went into my jaw right there. Punched a hole through my jaw.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Needless to say, that deer went home with us.
But you couldn't eat it for 3 days because your mouth was swollen up.
That thing, it was broke all to pieces, man.
Oh Lord. Yeah, don't let everybody hear that story.
And then I was
Exactly.
going up the road one day and we seen a crow on the side of the road. And I said, that ain't right.
Patrick
So
said,
we
hold on
pulled
here,
over.
take his tire and I'll hit it.
I chased that crow through the woods and I caught him.
Oh Lord.
So we got him in the car.
Told you.
And he's over on my side in the floor, and he bit me in the leg, and I swallowed, and he flew up in the windshield.
And people wonder why they make fun of West Virginia. Come on.
And he acted just like a pet for 3 or 4 days. He would sit
Lord.
on a pedestal.
And then he saw this cow on the road, and it wasn't normal.
Patrick said, I'll jump out and grab it. You hit it with a tire iron.
That's a true story, man.
Thank God he didn't have a gun.
Sticking to it.
Exactly. You shoot in the head. Okay. Boom.
I was on Interstate 64 going towards Covington. You know where that's at?
I know where it's at.
Yeah.
That reminds me of when my grandfather played a joke on my uncle, or one of my great uncles. They were out deer hunting. They got a deer, stood it up, made it stiffen out so it looked like it was still alive. Told Uncle Clarence there was a deer down there. Uncle Clarence filled that thing all full of lead. It didn't fall over.
Patrick, I was coming through over there next to Covington one night and had my wife with me. And this little bitty cub, man, it was just a little small bear cub, just a little fuzzy thing. I know his mama's around there, I'm coming down the road. I hit the brakes, go slide and stop and throw the door open. Look, my wife said, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to catch that little bear. She said, don't you get out of this car. I said, no, I'm going to catch that little bear. I'm going to throw it in the car to you and I'll jump in. We'll take off. I had her scared to death. We're sitting in the middle of the road up there. I had her scared to death. I wasn't getting out and chasing that bear cub because I knew his mama was close. I was just picking at her. That was the cutest little old bear.
Oh,
he
man.
One
could have
time
been
I
12
had a
inches.
parrot. I had a pet parrot. I used to take him outside and let him chill out, on his cage. Took him out there one day. You know how them flocks of blackbirds, how they come sailing over when there's hundreds of them? He decides he's going to fly with them. And I mean, he flies out of sight, man. Well, about 6 or 7 days later, they got a little market thing on the radio. And some woman says, I found a bird in my backyard that looks like a parrot. So I called the number. And sure enough, she had my bird up at her house about 7 miles from where I live.
Wow.
Yeah, I got him back. I'd have shot him if I could have got when he flew.
Yeah.
And now we've officially gone off the rails. Good thing nobody pays attention to us goofy people. Did you go get a snack, Jerry? Is that what you were doing?
Yes, I did. Yes,
that's what I was doing earlier. I had to go raid the pantry for. A drop bear. That's a koala. That's what River was talking about.
A what bear? Draw bear?
Drop bear.
Oh.
I didn't know what it was.
Yep, that's what a drop bear is.
Light flashing behind Patrick.
Uh-oh.
You got lightning up there, Patrick?
No.
Cars? Can you see a car out the window?
Yeah, probably so.
Okay. I thought I saw it one time. Looked like a car.
Could have been.
Make sure it ain't that parrot coming back.
Yeah.
You said they lived for about 50 or 60 years.
Yeah,
They lived a long time.
I've had so many exotic animals. I've had them all.
Patrick, when I was young, I had a parrot. I don't know. I was probably about 9, 10. My little brother, he was 4 years younger than I was. I come in from school one day and I walked in my room and there sat the cat in the cage.
Oops.
I said, what the crap? I went running down the hall. I said, Mama, where's the bird at? She said, in his cage. I said, there's a cat in the cage. She said, ain't no cat in the cage. We went down the road. I said, I was crying because my bird was gone, you know. And Mama went in there and asked my little brother, said, have you seen that darn bird of Billy's? He's in there crying because the bird's gone. She said, yeah. The cat, it was in the cage and it looked lonely, so I put the cat in there to play with the bird.
Oh,
My bird was gone. Sure did. That's a true story.
Good night, Levon.
good night, Levon.
Levon,
night,
I never
Levon.
did.
Hey, Levon.
I never did say it was no booger, Levon. All I know is I don't know what it was, but something was getting that peanut butter. But I didn't say it was a booger. Just I was wanting to set that straight.
I don't know what else would go up 7.5 foot up a tree, take a damn jar of peanut butter.
I mean, and you never find the jars. You never find the jars. So.
Did you ever see any tracks or any signs?
I never
No?
found no sign of nothing. I do have a nice big tree bow that I don't know how in the world they could have pulled the thing to the ground other than something climbed up it till it got high enough to blow it over. It's the only thing I can figure. And I got pictures of that, but
well, you know,
Yeah, I've seen
they
those.
could jump tree to tree.
Yeah.
Nobody hardly ever talks about that. They don't even have to be on the ground.
What, just like that video that came out of South Carolina recently, 2 years ago was the video, but just recently it was released of the thing in the trees.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Billy,
yeah.
how long ago was it when you found those tracks in the snow?
Well, my grandson will be 21 this July, and he was about 7. So it's been 14 years.
My God, they do teach y'all how to count over in Virginia.
They do. But, you know, over here, we always wondered when you get a divorce, is she still your sister?
They only taught us the 3 R's: reading and writing in the road to Carolina, bud.
Get off me, Dad. You're crushing my smokes.
Yeah.
We're not going to get flagged for hate speech, are we? Is that-
We
ain't
haven't
hating on
scared
nobody.
anybody off the chat, so I think we're all right.
Might get a call from Peter.
Hell, we have Bud still in here.
So what's funny is there's still 30 some people in here.
These crazy people.
Yeah,
33.
Bud's still in here.
Yeah.
He's sticking with us.
Kendall, Bud, Selena, Hillary.
Yeah.
Hillary's a West Virginia girl.
Uh-oh. I'm hushing up now.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, Hillary's West Virginia.
Hillary might come in and whoop me.
Is Point Pleasant, is it in West Virginia or Virginia?
West Virginia.
Well,
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's not too far from us.
Oh,
I mean-
Roger's still here. Roger's in the chat.
I think my home is probably a couple hours from Billy.
Huh?
I'm about 2 hours from you, probably 2.5.
Something like that.
Yeah, it ain't too far.
Yep. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't even think they have any sightings recently, do they?
There was a Class A sighting maybe 5 miles from my house back in the 80s.
Wow.
It's on the BFRO site.
Huh.
Little place called Talcott, West Virginia. That's the home of John Henry. You know, yeah, the steel driving man. They got the tunnel there and a statue of John.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a Class A sighting here. There was a Class B sighting right here where I'm at in North Carolina at the York Catawba nuclear plant. A Duke employee reported it. And Moneymaker came down here and did a whole report on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's in York, South Carolina. About 10 minutes from here.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's
Must have been good
Yeah.
if it was good enough for him to go down there.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking.
he did a whole big report. The guy heard tree knocking and found some bedding areas and some other things. So pretty good report. Right on a power line, big power line.
Hmm.
And on the Lake Wiley.
So, do you think they bed? Is that what they were saying?
They think they bedded there, and we're traveling along that power line.
Okay. Yeah, power lines seem to draw everything.
Yeah, it's a big power line too. It's thick, down the edges.
Yeah.
And there's water right there.
Yeah. Yeah, everything you need.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there's some sightings up there close to where my house is. I mean, I got that picture of that girl on that horse that got a picture of something running off. Pretty good picture. There was two people on horses. One of them stopped. The other lady stopped above her. Her horse spooked. She was going to take a picture of her friend. And when she took it, there's something right beside her horse, as tall as her on the horse.
Wow.
Taken off.
Mm.
Pretty cool picture.
Huh.
And I asked her about it. She said, yeah, I call them the forest people. And that's about all she'd say. That's about 20 minutes from where I live. There's a lot of woods there, man. Billy knows it's wooded area up in there, man.
Jerry, something crossed my mind today, and I'm going to talk to Elaine. I want to see if she can get the guy that wrote the book for the Bigfoot Digest. I want to see if there's some way we can get him on.
There you go.
Or at least get some info about the book, because supposedly they're going to be re-releasing a new copy of it, and I'm going to buy several of them so we have them.
Yeah.
See that?
Hold on a second. Hold that.
What the hell?
You see it to the right?
Yeah. What is that?
All right, I'll show you the next one. Now the girl took the picture. Her horse spooked.
Well, I don't blame it.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
That's your block, Squatch.
So what did it just spring up out of the bushes, or did?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's what it looks like. It looks like it was laying or squatted down and then jumped up.
It's kind of.
This one's in North Carolina. The squirrel set the trail camera off.
Oh
Wow. That's easy to see there. That's plain.
Yeah, that's one of the guys I worked with. The guy give me that one.
Those pictures, all of them look red.
Wow.
Yeah, got that reddish tint.
Now, whether it is, I don't know.
Wow.
Well, it's definitely not a black bear.
That's actually a pretty good looking picture right there. That one with the squirrel setting the camera off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why they don't set the camera off. I mean, you hear them they just don't set it off sometimes.
It's weird that squirrel just happened to be there.
Right.
I don't know.
That squirrel's probably dead now from exposing it.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's real or not, but that's the pictures.
It looked real. I mean,
but that girl said her horse spooked when she took that picture.
Something I noticed that it seems like the Sasquatch in the cold areas seem to have more fur, longer fur or hair. than the ones in warmer climates.
It kind of looks like it was taken off running.
Yeah, it's got a blur to it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
River.
And I have a report from a guy that come out of Maryland, off 81, where 64 and 81 meet. It crossed the road, interstate, in front of him, ran up on the bank and stopped and stooped down, and all kinds of people saw it, and he made a state police report on it. Pretty cool story. I got it recorded. Yeah.
You forgot to mention that one, Pat.
Well, I've got it here. I interviewed him for it. It was the guy with the rotary phone.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what year that was, Pat?
I'd have to go back and watch the video. It was back in the 80s, I think. I got it recorded, so I can check it out, man.
Yeah, if it had a rotary phone, yeah, it was back a while.
Well, no, he just had that phone in their house.
Oh, okay.
They just kept it.
It was an antique.
Yeah. No, it worked. It
Yeah.
actually worked. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
River has something here. It says, question for y'all. I spoke with Pat the other night. My cousin is a train driver, and he's told me about seeing them. It's been 30 years driving and wondering.
I think we've heard those before.
I've heard.
I think we've heard about people that are train drivers.
I've heard reports of it right here on our river.
That's
Yep.
exactly. That's yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
these guys
I've
would ever
actually
come on with us.
I have fished in that same exact spot, and had rocks get thrown into the river while we're out on the boat in the middle of the night.
Yep. That ain't but
Now the
4 or
interesting
5
thing,
miles from me.
the interesting about all this, like the area where that happened, is where the Amish all go to fish, and they bank fish, and they're out there all night.
Yep.
You get in there at 10 o'clock, you'll see you'll be pulling up under the pilings of the boat, and you'll start seeing the solid color shirts up there on the bank, and they're all sitting there. And I mean, they've got coolers, they've got radios, they got lanterns, they got it all going on up there.
Yeah.
And they'll be there till 3-4 o'clock in the morning catching catfish.
Dang.
And then they walk back up to the road where whoever's driving them picks them up, I guess.
Well, here, anything that's happened here has been midnight to 3 a.m. The 2 incidences I've had here, audio wise, has been the first one was like 3 o'clock just a little after 3 in the morning, and the second was just before midnight.
I think if I went out around that time with the thermal or the parabolic, I'd probably find something.
So I didn't have none of that stuff then, but this was 2020. But
yeah.
I've got audio recorders, and where they at? They're sitting in here instead of out like right now, or whatever.
Well, I mean, I set mine out once back last spring for 24 hours. I still haven't checked that damn thing.
Yeah, that takes a while to check them.
Yeah. But I'm ready to get back to Western Maryland. We're planning on heading back out where I found that track.
You don't need to go out there for that.
I know.
It's just go across the river. We'll see all we need to see, probably.
I know, but I want to go back and see if I can find more of what I found last time.
Yeah. Yep.
Because Allegheny County out on the western side is it's got something going on there. That was where I found my track.
I'm convinced the whole state does.
Well, and
I think they're everywhere.
I was listening to one of Brian Terrell from Red Dirt Cryptids videos, and he makes a pretty good point. He's like, well, it's kind of hard for anybody to see them if they're not living there. So the more people you have, the more sightings you're going to have. And I mean, that could explain why not as many people see them out in the western part, because just not as many people are out there.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that place is full of them, but it's a lot more ground to cover. And
How far
we're in Hartford County, and we've got more sightings here than we do in any other county in the damn state.
Yep. 90 some minute. 96?
95, I think.
95.
And that's since the 2000s, I believe.
How far are y'all from Chestnut Ridge?
Oh, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 3 hours east.
Roger.
What do you say now? Roger's been.
Roger's on it tonight, man.
He gets out and stays in the chat.
Patrick in the knuckles.
Yeah.
Hey, I had to come in and charge my phone and lift my foot up a little bit.
I was wondering what Pat was doing. I was kind of like,
how far are you?
Yeah, I got
We
my foot
are
propped
West
up.
Virginia line. My gosh. I can get to West Virginia as in Harper's Ferry, which is a good piece from you all. But
I'm plumb at the bottom.
Hour and 40 minutes, I guess.
And we can be in Gettysburg in an hour and 20.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. It's 2 hours. I'm sorry, 2 hours to Harper's Ferry. If not 2 hours, if it's low traffic, it'll be just a hair under 2 hours.
And Billy, I actually get hay delivered from the battlefields at Gettysburg.
I heard you talking about that the other day.
Yeah. Scott's probably heard it. I got battlefield hay.
I got news for you. I ain't buying no more beef from you.
I got Jerry's afraid he's gonna take a spirit home with him.
Seen some crazy photos from that place.
He's gonna be in the kitchen he's gonna be in the kitchen, and one of those Confederate soldiers is gonna come out of the crock pot while he's cooking the roast.
I tell you what, and me and him are gonna come and see you and have a talk.
Well, it's kinda like,
Gettysburg is awesome. Gettysburg's awesome.
Billy will back me up on this. It's like watching Rivers' curtains in his house.
Yeah, I've heard.
You know, he took the curtains down, Billy.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That was weird.
He got tired of them curtains doing all that crazy shit they were doing behind him. He took curtains.
His neighbor's house is really haunted.
Yeah.
River's house is haunted.
Yeah.
I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
There's been a few times when I'm like, River, that curtain's moving, and he'll move like something that just like touched him.
There's 8 houses right together, mine and four on one side of the street, 4 on the other side of the street, and they're all haunted. There's activity in all of our houses. Wow. Not in mine no more, because I chased them off. I couldn't take no more.
The majority of the houses on this road all the old farmhouses are, if they didn't burn down and were rebuilt, this one's 1890 something.
Yeah.
And I think it's the oldest one here because my grandparents' place, the original house, it burnt in like the 50s and they had to rebuild it. Mm-hmm. That was why Pop had to shovel all the corn out of the rental.
Right.
To stay in there until they rebuilt the house. But there's a lot of ghosts on this road.
Have you ever heard of Waverly haunted host?
Waverly Hills.
Waverly Hills. I can get on my roof and see it.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, it's probably a 2-3 minute drive for me to be there.
We've been there before. We did the tour and everything there.
Yeah, I've been to it before.
Where are you at, Scott?
I'm in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm probably about at the most 4 minutes if I hit a little traffic to be there at the hospital. But I've been to it before they took over when it was abandoned, And my daughter took a picture through the window, and right in the middle of the picture, it's a solid blood red hourglass. It looks like the back of a tarantula, but it took up almost half of the picture. When she just, and we couldn't see inside because the windows were so high off the ground where we were at. So she was just lifting her hand in the air and snapping pictures of the windows as we went past them. And when I got them developed, I said, "Look at this," and it was just a perfect red hourglass.
Oh wow!
And then you could see gray lines coming off of it. I don't know. I think I still got that picture, but
I think we did the tour there, and the only part that really freaked me out was the death chute.
Yeah, people don't like that.
That kind of freaked me out.
Yeah. I mean, you got to realize how many bodies went down that chute.
Yep.
Those poor people, man. They
They
literally
weren't good to them people either, man.
Oh no, they used them as experiment to try to figure out how to. They literally would take them outside, cut their rib cage open, and break their ribs. And they literally their insides. I mean, their rib cages would be opened up and the air hitting them.
I remember that.
Yeah, they said that helps them out and it kills that disease, but it didn't.
They didn't know how to cure anything back then. They just
And the sad thing is just mold on a piece of bread, it would ended up killing it. You know.
Yeah.
Penicillin.
Yep.
It's sad
but
that all
nobody knew what that was back then, so
No.
they tried all these different weird things.
Yeah. So my daughter, she loves that place. My youngest daughter, so she went to get her license for X-ray technician, and they said, "Well, you have to take a TB test before we can let you get your degree." So they went and did it, and she had TB.
What?
Oh, wow.
I said that's what you get for going up there so much and wanting to see that place. Yeah, but they just gave her penicillin for a week and it was gone.
Wow.
And they say once you get it, you can't get it again. So they told her, she wouldn't have to worry about it no more because she done had it.
And think how many people that killed.
Oh gosh, thousands.
Yes.
It was horrible.
I mean, you think about how long it took them to figure out what you needed to treat people with. It's just
Right. And I don't understand how the doctors and nurses and people, my daughter's fiance's grandpa worked in the laundry room there and washed all the sheets and the clothes and the gowns and everything, and he never caught it.
Never caught it.
It's just amazing how they could protect themselves and not get it, but everybody else got it.
It's probably just an abnormal gene in your body, something that
Could be, yeah.
That's like the thing that went on 2 years ago. Everybody around me got that, and I couldn't get sent home for nothing, man.
I think I got it, and I had a headache for like a day, and then it was gone.
Everybody and their brother got it.
Oh.
I got a headache and got sleepy.
Hey,
You're gonna put me a bed there and make me stay there on site for 2 weeks and not go home. I said, "You're crazy."
Yeah, I got it back in 2021, March the 20th. I was mad because everybody's getting 2 weeks off from work and they were paying them for it. And I'm like, why can't I be that lucky? Well, that day I got lucky. I got it. And I mean, I did not eat for 2 weeks. I could not even look at food or I wanted to throw up, which I had nothing to throw up, but it made me so sick to even look at a commercial of a hamburger or anything. And by the second week, it was 14 days. I was like, I'm going to die. I mean, I haven't ate and I drank. The only thing I could do is drink like a little sip of milk. And I was about ready to take me to the hospital. And I thought, well, this will be the end of me because if I go to the hospital, they're not going to do nothing for you anyway. And all of a sudden, I saw a box of them stupid cheese nips, and I started eating on them. And I could actually taste that taste. And before the end of the day, I'd ate the whole box. And
I always tell people cheese nips will save your life.
Yeah. We want sponsorship on that.
You'd been screwed if it was a Triscuit.
Choked to death. But no, they literally, that's what brought me back out of it. But I mean, to tell you, I thought for sure I was going to die. I lost, I think, 40 pounds in those 2 weeks. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
And so as soon as I got got to, well, I couldn't even go outside. The sun burned my eyes. Of course, I'd been in the house for 2 weeks, but the sun really messed with my eyes real bad. And the first week I had it, the second week, I was thinking the first week was months ago. I said, man, I had this months ago and it was so bad that week I had it. And then I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, I just had it. I couldn't get my mind to figure out what was going on. I was.
You get the brain fog then.
It literally had me so screwed up. I didn't know nothing. And I finally could walk. I had to actually use a chair with rollers on it. And I had to lay my belly on the chair. It was a desk chair. It had the rollers. And I had to roll myself to the bathroom and roll myself to the couch. I couldn't stand up or I'd fall down. And yeah, that was scary. That was, and I've had it twice since then, but I can tell I'm getting it. I'll lose taste of food, but it'll only be for a day. So, I mean, I know I'm immune to it now, but.
Yeah, my wife got it. We went to like an urgent care. They checked her, and I'm like, well, you might as well check me because I live with my wife. And they checked me, and they said I had it. I'm like, I don't feel anything. And then right after they said that, we both went home. I got sick, headache. I was sleepy was the biggest thing for me.
Oh yeah,
but we're here, so
yeah, it's amazing. Every once in a while, I'll have to take a real deep breath, like I'm gasping for air. But it's like one time a day, or maybe one time every 2 days, and that's what I had when I was having that stuff. It was hard. I would keep gasping for air, and that stayed with me ever since. It's just weird.
That's what I feel I have now. Anyway.
My dad always said Lucky Strikes won the war.
That might have.
All the time, man. Lucky Strikes won the war.
Yeah, that COVID was, in my opinion, was definitely planted.
Yeah.
The way it came from China over to here, hit the West Coast before it hit anybody at the elderly home on the East Coast on the ocean was, I think, it started at that little old retirement home.
Yeah.
And, it did its job. It was to get rid of the elderly and the young. And China don't want either one of them.
You're speaking my language, Scott. You're speaking my language.
I'm telling you, it wouldn't do me no good because I'd be probably assassinated real fast if I got on TV. Somebody shoot that sucker. But yeah, it's sad because, we've been taking children from China for years because they won't allow them to live if they have too many.
Yep.
So
they had the one-child rule for years.
Yeah, and we had the only way to save them was to bring them to America to give them a chance to live.
Adoption, yep.
It's crashing their economy now, though.
Well, you're talking about crashing. Look at the screen. That poor guy works his ass off, doesn't he?
He does. Man, right there.
Laddie.
Wouldn't it be funny to have a dogman suit and walk up behind him and just lay your head on his shoulder? I bet he wouldn't sleep no more.
Jeffrey.
Shot.
Jeffrey.
Woo, choo, 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 choo.
He does that same scratch every time on it.
Jeff, we love you, brother. We love you.
He knows the cow call, don't he?
It is 1 o'clock almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get off of here too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 3 hours. We've been on for 3 hours and 13 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to slide off, man.
All right.
Hang out with everybody.
It's been fun, everybody.
Good night, Pat. Good night, Scott.
Guys, I haven't met yet.
Did Billy fall asleep or did he freeze up?
No, he fell asleep.
Billy.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah, there's a bird making a nest. That damn crow flew to his house and is making a nest. Well, everybody just go off there and he'll just sit there and somebody will watch him.
I legitimately hope Billy's froze because it looked like his eyes are open.
Oh, shit.
His camera froze. It froze up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Wow.
That head's about ready to fall off, man.
Oh, I didn't see that. Hold on. We got one more close up here.
Oh,
Poor buddy. Good thing you love us, Jeff.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
See y'all later, man.
all right.
All right.
Goodbye.
Y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Good seeing
All
y'all.
right.
Thank you.
Peace out, lads.
Now we've got the beard.
Yeah, he froze up. He's been froze up for a while. I thought he fell asleep, but his camera froze up.
I'm glad
Well,
it was his camera.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then there was 4.
3.
3.
3.
2.5.
Don't fall. Don't fall. All right.
Poor Jeff.
All right, guys. I don't have an outro, so we're just going to call it.
Just call it.
We're out of here.
Thank everybody in chat. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking in there. And there's more now than there was a little while ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Got some night owls here.
Yep.
But it's a D-day for me tomorrow, so I'm going to get some rest.
Yep.
Yep. I got an early morning too. So, well,
Yep.
early. I'll do this early. The sun's up before for my early days.
I hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
All
guys.
Everybody. Thank you. There'll be another
Number
one
2's in the
coming soon.
books.
Number 2's in the books.
Yeah.
Go to bed, Jeff. He'll probably
gotta-
sleep
you
in
gotta-
that
hey,
chair right where he's
Hey,
at.
get plenty of sleep tonight, because tomorrow night you're going. You're
I gotta
going
get, yeah, I gotta
cougar
go
hunting.
hunting. I gotta go hunting tomorrow.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Yep. There you go.
All right, man.
All
right, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Hi,
Thank you.
guys. Night, everybody.
All right.
Right.